Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Mythos Monday. This is what I believe might be, could be, you never know.
It's the finale.
At the edge of the earth. Could be the finale to the campaign. Of course, last time, it was a little foggy to me.
It was a little confusing.
Something about madness. No, you know what? I think last time we played, it was that city of something.
Well, City of
Elder Things?
City of the Elder Things, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then between that, there was like a period of confusion.
Sweating.
I had a dream
mirages.
where it was like I had a nightmare. In fact, it wasn't even a dream. I had a nightmare that we had.
In fact,
I feel like it's kind of like in Star Fox 64 where you started hitting the warp level boosters. And you would hit, there was like 6 of them, and you would hit all 5 of them. So you would found the first one. It's like, Dr. Kinsler, if we keep checking in with, there's like a deep story here that we can go on.
Yeah, I've had many sleepless nights afraid that something might happen to her.
Yeah.
So
and it was like I hit the first warp and the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth. Yeah. And then I had a nightmare that as the 6th warp was coming up, Star Fox died.
Ooh, that would be devastating.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a Star Fox is, but I know that would be devastating. I'm just kidding. You know what? I know who Star Fox is because
you're as ignorant about video games as I am about movies.
It's a really good combination
joy that we bring to the stream together.
Star Fox is one of the Smash Brothers characters, right?
That's right.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
No.
See, I've seen Star Fox floating around.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Has a big gun, I think.
One of the best characters in the game, apparently.
Does he have
Top
a big
tier.
Gun?
He can. Yeah. Sure, he can shoot.
I just remember him having I don't know why.
He does in the game shoot the gun.
Yeah.
I know him from video games such as Star Fox and Star Fox 64.
Self-titled. Yeah. Is that like the Taylor Swift album? You know,
that's it.
Self-named. Casey Musgraves, etc.
Yeah. So anyway, here's what Zach and I are going to do. We're going to play the finale of this, and we're not even going to think about what happened last time. We're wiping it from the record. You know why?
What are you talking about?
Because
City of Other Things, that happened. That was a good scenario.
We were talking after the stream last week, and we were like, the amount of like disappointment and sadness that we feel from the random Dr. Kinsler losing her life. In that random scenario,
in that nightmare that we had.
That we didn't have to play technically, was so devastating to us that we're just going to pretend that it didn't happen.
And here's why. Let me tell you why.
Because there's no stakes.
It's cooperative. We can do whatever we want. It's our show. We make the rules. Points are made up. Rules don't matter. The reason also is that I'm not convinced we'll ever walk down this path again.
Yeah.
And that's a stone I'm unwilling to leave unturned.
Yeah, you just got to find out, right? I mean, we could just read from the book, but we're not going to. We're just going to play it like it never happened, because as far as maybe you're concerned or I'm concerned or the viewers are concerned, it doesn't have to have happened.
Funkola wants to know that he is backing us up. He says, "Heck yeah."
Okay, great. We've got at least one supporter. That's all I need.
All I needed was this. It's like the opposite of unanimous.
Yeah.
All we need is one dissenter.
One yes.
You know, they do that in the Senate or the House, I think. I don't know what the rule is. So isn't that called something when like one person can like stop it?
The filibuster?
I don't know.
Yeah, so it used to be that it was just a procedural trick where if you talked and never ceded the floor, nobody could vote.
Which I adore that.
Yeah, it's great. So you'd like talk for like 6 days until you passed out, and then they'd haul you off and they'd have the vote.
Yeah.
But it gave you an opportunity.
Or maybe they would give up because it's like not worth the annoyance.
That's the thing. It's like it had enough. You cared about something enough that you would sacrifice your like bodily comfort.
Yeah.
To talk about it. Of course, it's not quite that way anymore. But all that to say, let's take a look at the schedule for the next couple of weeks. Let's pull in the old stream schedule. Our Bryce full automated protocol is getting tweaked up and ready.
We're working on automated.
And this one today is manual Bryce protocol.
And we get old Bryce.
This is a real
we get 1.0. You can Bryce 2.0 is the other tech.
You can feel the real people behind the production side of the stream today.
The way that animated in, can we do that again? I just would like to see it. I caught a glimpse of it.
Look at that.
I just want to see it.
The Bryce protocol is firing quick today.
The stream just shuts down.
Yeah.
That's really hip and with it, as the kids say.
They do say that, don't they? We got Arkham Horror coming in.
Quoted directly from the kids.
Dash the kids. We're finishing up here with Arkham today. Now, this will be the last Arkham stream for a while.
Maybe ever. Who knows?
We're moving on to moving on to
Hey, you know what's
Motors.
crazy though? Honestly, not to just totally distract you, but kind of.
That's really why we're here, man.
At some point, we will have our last Arkham stream, and we probably won't know it at the time.
Wow.
It's possible we would be like, oh, this is the finale, right? The game's in, something like that. But like, it's also, I feel like it's highly likely, like there'll be a last stream at some point.
Like, what do you envision that to be? Like, suddenly,
well, so like
Arkham cards self-immolate or something?
So like, we finished this campaign, and then you were saying we're moving to Sinister Moto's Marvel Champions.
And the algorithm gets stolen, and
yeah, then all of a sudden FFG's like, you know what? This game's over, concluded, and we might throw back to it at some point.
I think we would still do a finale stream.
Yeah. Well, in that case, we would
play
know.
the Blob or something. We do something weird.
Something to end it.
Yeah.
But you know, it's sort of like I went to the Destiny World Championship 2019, and I played in a Destiny regional in February of 2020, and it was like I didn't know.
Yeah.
This is going to be the last time I get to go to a Destiny tournament.
Yeah.
And then it's over.
We've had that experience more than we should have with Star Wars TCG and Monpok.
Just, I mean, spoil. You can go down the list.
And spoils. Yeah. Just like just traumatic, non-ending endings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Anyway, all that to say, here's what we are doing for sure in the next couple of weeks. We're finishing off Arkham today, and then we're going to pivot into, of course, you see Earthborn Rangers is going to be on Monday. We're going to talk to Andrew live via like Zoom, I think, and we're just going to have on the screen, and you guys can hang out in the chat, ask questions. We'll ask the ones that are relevant or appropriate, and skip the ones that are whimsical and inappropriate. So join us for that next Monday. Earthborn Rangers, Andrew. Just going to be a free-flowing conversation. We don't even have an agenda. We're just going to talk about how the game's going, how the Kickstarter's going, what a backer kit is, these kinds of things.
Good questions.
Moving on, Tuesday, Flesh and Blood. We're starting things off. We're going to do an interesting, honestly, it's just going to be a lot of me throwing ideas at you because you, I don't know, that's not true. You're a dark horse kind of builder as well, so we'll be a good team.
I'm like a...
You'd play the second best thing.
Like literally in India, I played the third best thing.
Yeah.
But it was still like in the conversation.
Like the 18th best thing or like the 15th best thing.
It wasn't like your opponent sees it and goes, "Oh, really?"
Yeah.
It was like oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I see.
Yeah, that could work.
I will say, I've been debating on when I want to share this information.
Oh, here we go. Is it Monday? What are you sharing? Come on.
I kind of don't want to share it with you until we get on stream tomorrow.
Okay, you wait then.
But I've got some things to talk about that they're about Flesh and Blood, but they're not about Flesh and Blood. They're about my interaction with Flesh and Blood. Now, have you posted last week's podcast yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. I noticed that. So during that podcast, one of the realities I had was, am I willing to play
right.
something I don't enjoy in a limited capacity at a very serious, very big event? Like, where's the line for me?
Yeah, they call that selling your soul in the business.
Yeah. Slippery slope, etc. So
yeah.
If you want more on that conversation, that's going to be the podcast that goes up to be determined when that's going up. But, and not to derail us too much, but something happened in my macro fab existence that reminds me of the drama that would happen between like professional wrestlers or professional wrestler factions. That's going to make Pro Tour #1 very spicy, and I'm excited to tell you about it.
Oh, great.
But I've also got a giant chip on my shoulder.
Great.
If I wasn't already motivated, I now have a seek and destroy mission at Pro Tour #1.
Awesome. Yeah. Is it involve Brendan at all?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, that's what well, then we're aligned on that, brother. All right, Flesh and Blood TCG on Tuesday. Both Tuesdays, we're going to be doing a Building Dark Horses series. It's probably relevant for anybody who's playing these deck construction kind of games. Going to be talking about the approach. How do you look at the field and say this is not on people's radar for probably a good reason, but it could get me like a top 8 or a strong finish, and I'm interested in like playing something that maybe is unexpected. How do you even make that a feasible option for you rather than just kind of saying, well, I'll just play something that isn't very good? Because you can make not good things better than they should be, and I think that's what we're going to be focusing on for that series. We've got our final Introducing Sorcery on Wednesday. Not our final game of Sorcery, but we got Sorcery TCG Part 3. We're going to be talking about, who would like the game, kind of a final evaluation at the top of that one. And then we're also going to be looking at splashing colors together, or splashing elements together in the game.
I'm really excited to build some decks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And just kind of seeing what that opens up and how that experience unfolds when you do that. Zach and I have been having an incredible amount of fun with that game. So anybody interested should check it out. Particularly, like, if you're here for Arkham and you're like, you know what? I really kind of got into the hobby with some of these older TCGs that I was playing when I was younger, and nothing's quite hit me like it used to. And so I switched to LCGs and co-ops, and that's been great. Not saying switch back or anything, but definitely check out Sorcery, because it's got some old school vibes that people not aware of that development in the space might miss. So at least give it a look. At least go to the Sorcery Kickstarter, check that out, and then check out our videos if you're curious about it. It's so fun and so like casual. It's great, and it's such a stupid word. We need a better word, like casual, because it's like we both try to win real bad,
real bad.
But it's just like, but crazy, but in crazy way. Crazy things are happening, and it's like it's so out of your control that it's super fun. That you're not like,
I mean,
because Fab is like paper cuts every second because you're trying to gain incremental advantage, squeeze it out.
I don't know what the right word is, but it's the focus. We kind of talked about this on the podcast. The difference between playing a game and playing a sport.
Yeah.
And like how, there's different layers of playing a sport. I play basketball as a game.
Mm-hmm.
Not as a sport.
Yeah. Which is, we're all quite confused by that reality.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were set up for the NBA draft this year.
You just never know. I mean,
his 3-point shot is 80%.
If I could hit 3-point from half court at 80%, I could absolutely go to the NBA.
Yeah, get him down the court and get him the ball. He'll toss it in the basket.
I don't think I could be accurate enough at shooting to make up for the fact that I would be worth negative on defense.
You would actively help them score.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
they keep jumping on me.
The speed at which they move, the strength they have, it's like it would be comical. I actually wish, just for my own sake, you could enter like a hypothetical scenario.
Maybe that's what the metaverse is for.
Yeah, I just play like 5 minutes in the NBA, and like it'd be enjoyable for all of us. I swear, because it's just like no way.
Oh, man, I'd pay to watch that. And then coming in with Ashes Reborn next Wednesday, we've got the Introducing Ashes series. That we had talked when we first launched Ashes Reborn on the PDP model, which is player-driven production, which means that the number of subscriptions basically has to be over a certain threshold for Plaid Hat to print the game. We started really talking about this in terms of everyone who had played Ashes in the past, and we are now going to do a series that's talking to people who have never played or heard of Ashes at all, because it's effectively a new game as far as most people are concerned. So we'll be introducing kind of the core concepts of the game and why you might want to check that out. Play some games on stream, of course, as we are wont to do on this particular show. And then finally, Lord of the Rings TCG coming in on both Thursdays, this and the next. We're opening Realm of the Elf Lords.
Then we're playing.
And then we're playing with our fully functioning 3-set first block decks.
The Fellowship block.
The Fellowship. And I believe I have won twice by swarming you with goblins.
Yeah, those goblins are good.
Which really just makes you understand how insane the Lord of the Rings story ultimately is, that it ever worked out. Because from our experience playing the game, terribly difficult to get that ring to Mordor. I mean, it ain't easy.
Yeah, it's like
you could die a million ways.
1 in a million. It's very low odds.
All right, we got another special treat for you.
We're taking another segue
today. We got another segue. Let me catch up with the chat. Hold on before we get in here.
The segue being, if you're sitting out there and you don't have nearby a refreshment of choice, I would encourage you to get some classic, probably the most fundamental of drinks, H2O. Water.
I would say it was here from the beginning. In fact, many people would say that water was here before life. You guys playing Elden Ring from Tommy Clay were not. Also, if you're thinking, man, I looked at this video, I clicked on this video because I thought I was going to be seeing Arkham played. You can probably safely skip forward about 20 minutes from this very moment to start to see that. Or just scroll your little bar and you'll find the shot will change. That said, though,
you're about to go into something really interesting for Arkham players.
Stop and watch this because it's really cool. Okay, check this out. So, Bryce, can you hit me with the Bryce Protocol Activate? Can you hit me with the board?
I'm pointing at it.
All right, so
look at that thing.
We said we were going to do this, and so we are. Zach, scoot over here. You can get your head in the frame. Look at that. Look at those guys.
Oh, that was for the thumbnail.
Oh, man. All right, so we don't the stream has caused us to share everything with everybody. And so this is a part of the process.
Transparency at 1,000%.
Of designing products that we never have gone through before, particularly for Arkham. But I think there's a build up to a product like the Edge of the Earth board that is behind the scenes and that has a lot of care in it that we just wanted to kind of show you. And so this is also an opportunity for Jonathan, who is our lead designer, often quite in the shadows.
We're bringing him on
to get an appropriate, bit of recognition at least as to what his brain is doing and how he's making these products function and why they are feeling a certain way when you're using them. What we're trying to do. So, this is the design file. Hopefully, you can't just pull this off and print your own. I guess maybe you could, but we'd prefer you to buy them from us.
Good luck.
This is the design file for the Edge of the Earth board before it actually goes into production. So this is what we work at and send off to our manufacturer here in Tulsa. But I just want to run through some of the things and how this process comes to be, because all of these things are pulled from Mountains of Madness and the whole Lovecraftian kind of theme surrounding Edge of the Earth. And so you go to, basically what Jonathan does is goes to all of the source material that we can find. Luckily, it's all open source, public stuff, and pulls out quotes and symbolism and ideas, and then uses those as a kind of a thematic guidepost for all of these designs. So I'm just going to walk you through some things that we find interesting. So if you start in the top left, you see the little token slot. I can actually, right there.
Was it Vanna White? Was that her name from Jeopardy?
That's right. Yeah, she apparently had to be really sophisticated because it's a weird
Someone's
process.
asking me to do this. Does it work? Is there a transparency layer?
I don't think so. No, for this reason, because then you're going to just try to sabotage the stream.
Oh, no, it works. I saw my hand.
Yeah,
I just couldn't get far enough.
Back in there somewhere. Okay, so up there, listen to this quote. The light of the second torch left no doubt of what the obstructions were, and we dared approach them only because we could see, even from a distance, that they were quite as past all harming power as had been the 6 similar specimens unearthed from the monstrous star-mounded graves at poor Luke's camp. So this is the interpretation of one of those monstrous star-mounded graves. You see it looks like a star?
Oh, where you put your investigator as a grave?
That's symbolism right here.
Oh, that
little guy. You see a star there?
Yeah.
In the slot? Just talking about that?
I thought you meant this star.
There's way more baked into that. This thing right here that you see I'm pointing at, that slot.
I love how...
Star-mounted grave, right there it is. It comes right from the text.
Little pieces of those graves that are just glowing.
Yeah, so here's an even weirder one. You see in the little slot, again on this axis, I'll do it like this because it's the easiest way to do it. So this axis here, if you keep going and you see that tiny little triangle that's in between the slots there.
Looks like little mountains.
So that is from the quote, it seemed he had pondered a great deal and with alarmingly radical daring over that triangular striated marking in the slate.
Mm-hmm.
So there's where that comes from. Then all in the weird negative space in the middle section of the board, you see there's all sorts of weird stuff. There's a little brain floating around. There's a little pterodactyl looking thing. There's an amoeba looking thing. Mm-hmm. There's even in the very bottom, I would say the southwest, the bottom left corner, there's a little cave painting looking thing.
I see that for sure.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
So here's where a lot of that comes from. So one such quote, vicious masses were without doubt what Abdul al-Zared whispered about as the Shoggoths, and there's a lot of temporary organs under hypnotic influence forming ideal, etc. So there's some Shoggoth kind of abstractions in there. They say they allowed other cell groups to develop into other forms of animal and vegetable life for sundry purposes. So the Shoggoths showed up. There's the star-headed old ones had synthesized their simple food forms and bred a good supply of them, and that allowed other things to develop. Mm-hmm. One such thing is, like I said, pterodactyl-looking thing. D here, this is my diagram. So in the middle of that, we've got The huge stone blocks of the high towers were generally lifted by vast winged pterodactyls of
Yeah,
a
you can see
species heretofore unknown to paleontology.
the pterodactyls lifting the like triangle-looking things.
Yep.
Yeah, that checks out.
That's hashtag from the text.
I do love the little cave paintings and these weird creatures with the eyeballs on them.
Yeah, weird creatures. So we've got that here. These vertebrates, as well as an infinity of other life forms, were the products of unguided evolution acting on life cells made by the old ones but escaping beyond their radius of attention. So it's like basically figure out what that looks like, Jonathan. So then in the middle, you see there's a star formation forming, but you see how every time the star line crosses another star line, there's a difference in the pattern?
Yeah, for sure.
You see how it goes to dots right there? Like almost looks like chicken scratch. That's what we used to call it because we were all chicken farmers there in Chelsea. But check this out. There were exceptions to the rule of arrangement, but its preponderance was overwhelming. Often, a series of smooth cartouches containing oddly patterned groups of dots would be sunk along one of the arabesque bands. There they are.
Yeah.
The dots. You would never have seen that otherwise, would you?
No, not at all.
You would have seen nothing. Then over here in...
Not a thing. Yeah.
Over here in this big amoeba-looking thing in the far left interior. Yeah. So there's a million things about this. Talking about head, thick and puffy, 2 feet point to point, with 3-inch flexible yellowish tubes projecting from each point, slit in exact center of top, probably a breathing aperture. There was a glassy red iris globe, evidently an eye. 5 slightly longer reddish tubes start from inner angles of starfish-shaped head and end in sac-like swellings of same color, which upon pressure open to bell-shaped orifices 2 inches maximum diameter, probably mouths. Now here's what's crazy. So you see in the top right, top left, and middle left corner of the interior section, you have these amoeba-looking things. But you also have the little like spindly things.
Yep.
If you actually look, those are perfectly in 5s. Each of those amoeba-like tendril things is in 5s. Because, as it says, single stalks, 3 inches diameter branch after 6 inches into 5 substalks, each of which branches after 8 inches into 5 small tapering tentacles or tendrils, giving each stalk a total of 25 tentacles.
That's cool.
Unbelievable.
It creates a cool visual effect too.
Isn't that crazy?
Like back behind them. Creates depth in a weird way.
So we've got, and then there's all sorts of weird brain stuff going on. So then let's move down to I on my chart, which is that cave painting you were talking about.
Yeah.
I was talking about. We were talking about together. So
People were talking.
It interested us to see in some of the very last and most decadent sculptures a shambling primitive mammal used sometimes for food and sometimes as an amusing buffoon by the land dwellers whose vaguely simian and human foreshadowings were unmistakable.
We're just their puppets.
Well, there it is. And so, yeah, it looks like a person. In J, so going down to the
Snowflakes.
This axis,
Yeah.
you have the little things raised up right above each of those slots for your tokens.
Yeah,
just
like
a tiny little
star-looking things.
We found peculiar soapstone fragments about 6 inches across and 1.5 inches thick, wholly unlike any visible local formation, shaped like 5-pointed stars with tips broken off and signs of other cleavage at inward angles and in center of surface. Small, smooth depression in center of unbroken surface, greenish soapstones. So there's that, of course. Who could forget? I mean, if I saw that, that's the first thing I'd think of.
Just layers upon layers here.
In
That's
the
crazy
actual,
how much is referenced here.
In the actual slot, the actual bottom slot over there.
Yep.
So that's a weird, like, dimensional cube-looking thing.
Yeah.
Check this out. He has on rare occasions whispered disjointed and irresponsible things about the black pit, the carven rim, the proto-shagas, the windowless solids with 5 dimensions. Is it, if I said, can you draw for me a windowless solid in 5 dimensions, would it look about like that?
It would look like a stick figure operation. You know what I mean? Who knows what would come out?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be this. You saw the first draft from the Netrunner tokens Derek and I cooked up.
Hey, man, it was a start.
I had to show you how bad it could be. That way you guys would do something good with it.
Then, Zach, can you point to closest to you, middle in the token panel? Perfect, right there, right on the line. Look at that. You look like you were born for pointing.
Hold on.
So this says now in the deeper section beyond the cavern, there was a sudden difference, transcending explanation. This new and degenerate work was coarse, bold, and wholly lacking in delicacy of detail. It was countersunk with exaggerated depth in bands, wholly decorative and conventional, consisting of crude spirals and angles, roughly following the quintile mathematical tradition of the old ones. So you'll notice that in all of these designs, and even in the Doom tokens, we're using 5-pointed things. It's because apparently the old ones are obsessed with 5s and variations of 5s. All the tentacles are 5s, all of the stars are 5-pointed, the whole thing is all 5s. So that's why so much of the design, it actually has 5 points and 5 stars and those kinds of things. And then finally, we'll look at, we've got border work is just got insane things, but one of my favorite things is along, Zach, your far border, the one absolutely closest to you, the weird, long, skinny rectangle. Here. Yeah, the whole thing. Please pet the board graphic for us to let us know what that consists of. So check this out. The effect was that of a cyclopean city of no architecture known to man or to human imagination, with vast aggregations of night black masonry embodying monstrous perversions of geometrical laws and attaining the most grotesque extremes of sinister bizarrerie. There were truncated cones, sometimes terraced or fluted, surmounted by tall cylindrical shafts here and there, bulbously enlarged and capped with tiers of thinnish scalloped discs. It goes on, as of course Lovecraft does.
I love the spirals inside the Pentagon.
Yeah, all of that is worked in to all of these borders as well. And there's a number of other things.
Just like the chaos in this.
Yeah, right? Like those are the cyclopean, it's like beyond, like how do you design architecture that men can't comprehend, as Lovecraft puts it? Well, that's what it looks like, apparently. So you've got at least a shot at comprehending it now. And even like in the background of the token slot, you see that weird like spiraling almost mandala pattern.
That's what I was talking about.
That's what you were digging?
That's what I just noticed for the first time.
So that comes from this idea that there was another race, a land race of beings shaped like octopi and corresponding to the fabulous pre-human spawn of Cthulhu that began filtering down from cosmic infinity. They precipitated a monstrous war which for a time drove the old ones wholly back to the sea, a colossal blow in view of the increasing land settlements. So it's all in there.
Yeah.
That's thank you, Bryce. We appreciate you pulling up that design. You got more?
Well, I just really am appreciating now fully, because when I first got it, you see the like glowy pieces. Like yes. That's the thing I was most noting. Yeah, you start seeing little things about it. But like the cracked ice on the right side.
Yes.
Is so cool.
Yeah.
Like you actually start seeing those cracks and like the way it's created here, you know? I don't know. I hadn't spent much time.
You want to know what's even crazier?
Go on.
The pictorial bands followed a highly formalized tradition and involved a peculiar treatment of perspective, but had an artistic force that moved us profoundly, notwithstanding the intervening gulf of vast geologic periods. Their method of design hinged on a singular juxtaposition of the cross-section with the two-dimensional silhouette and embodied an analytical psychology beyond that of any known race or antiquity. So even the splitting the cross-sections and doing that whole two-dimensional play is baked into the text as well.
Wild.
It's right there in the prose.
Wildcats.
So there you have it. Thank you, Bryce. Thank you for pulling that up. So again, this is a process for all of the products that we're making, and I'm so pleased to be able to offer something like that people are at least into as much as we are to make it worth our time to do these kinds of things. And I think there's a lot of work that goes into this that is unseen. And so again, huge props to Jonathan, been here for a very long time, doing these kinds of designs and really pushing forward the aesthetics that we're looking to have as a business. So it's really cool. I hope you guys also dig kind of seeing what that process is like.
I love the reality of the more you know, the more it pops out at you. So like that's the kind of stuff that you'd have to be real deep.
Just keep exploring it. There's a ton of stuff in here.
I feel like a lot of people would just see it and be like, it looks cool.
I mean, even me, I mean, I'm like,
totally.
Yes, design-wise, do I like it? Yes, but do I know every little detail? No, not until now.
That said, these boards are on the website. I think we're out of stock of the Doom and Clue tokens.
Yeah, Doom and Clues are out currently, yeah.
So if you want those, what I would recommend doing is on the product page, sign up for the wait list, and you get an email as soon as those are back in stock. We are working as fast as we can to keep those in stock. Again, huge shout out to everyone that keeps buying these board and tokens. Couldn't do anything that we do without everyone out there subscribing and buying stuff from us. So really appreciate it.
So thank you very much for that. And finally, shall we descend into the chaos that is...
Our first attempt at the Heart of Madness.
First attempt at the Heart of Madness, and oh my gosh, I just realized that camera is on our competitive angle. You want to just run it? You want to just play upside down?
I don't know. How hard is it to fix?
It's not hard. In fact, it's easier than ever.
Maybe we should just fix it.
Let's go on a journey together. And Zach, I'm going to give you the box so you can read to the people.
Yep.
Look at that.
Scenario setup. Use this setup if you skipped part 1, which of course we did.
Hide your eyes if you're scared.
Or if you are setting up part 2 after a break. Gather all the cards from the following set. When gathering the Strike and Fear encounter set, only gather 2 Dissonant Voices and 2 Frozen in Fear. So let me find that. Striking in Fear. 1, 2, 3, 4.
2 Dissonant Voices, huh? That's what we should rename our show.
2 Dissonant Voices?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what is interesting? I think I'm missing that one. We'll go get that in a minute. Build the agenda deck using agendas 4 and 5 and the act deck using act 3. So, agenda 4 and 5 and act 3. Got it. Put the Gate of Yuqua into play. Unrevealed side face up. Let's see if we can find it. Nope.
Is this a big map?
I do believe that is the case.
Like real big?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It doesn't even say.
Well, does it have like real big in the title?
It doesn't. Anyone know where the Gate of Yuqua would be?
It's on the back of something?
Maybe.
It's always on the back of something, man. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna raise this up to you. I think that's gonna be a better experience.
Galactic Sand, looks like the Edge of the Earth tokens are actually now back in stock.
Great.
So that was exceptionally fast. Kudos to the ops team for making that happen. I think it was in the last encounter set, actually. Welcome to Arkham.
Welcome to Arkham, fam.
The Gate of Yuqua.
People still want to buy this playmat?
From what I hear, yes.
Is it wrong to just sell things that are official?
That are official?
You know, like we probably have to change it a little bit before we sell it.
Why is that?
Well, you know, it's like we wouldn't sell our staff shirts, would we? Actually, we did, didn't we? We did that once.
It's a little different, I think.
But yeah, surely, right? Maybe we'll put we'll put a massive logo right here. That way, when people use it, it'll advertise for us. Mm-hmm. Like those big old FFG playmats. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Where it was like a picture of the Blackfish in a tiny little corner up here, and then it said Game of Thrones LCG as big
Giant,
as... Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I mean, you could put a logo on these little circles down here. Just one, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
Subtle.
Yeah, we could do it.
I have no idea where the Gate of Yuqua is. Welcome to London.
I'll find it. So we got all of our ancient facilities. Done. I've done my job. I found the ancient facilities.
Was that a goal?
It was for me. We got Roots of the Earth and Primeval Terror. So this is all good. No backs there. The Madness Within. Frankly, I mean, that's all. Does Naji make step stools? Well, that's a great question. If we had a branded step stool, that would get us somewhere, I think. We've got the giant albino penguins in this one. That's a bummer.
Let me actually look.
Is anyone out there that plays Arkham? Does everybody else have the same kind of like, where are the cards problem that we have? Or is there something we're doing wrong in terms of organization that could be fixed? Because I feel like we're doing it wrong. And by we...
Do you have the open flame looking thing?
No. But this looks like an open flame, but it's actually a cloud over the sea.
Should be an open flame stack.
Is that where our bread's going to get buttered? Oh, wait, here's this it? It's all just like a dark circle with scratching in it.
Yeah.
Is that what you need?
Oh, I think it's got that logo on it.
Thomas Morton said, I believe, had the same difficulty that we have with all of this. So, again, we just need one person to validate our experience.
That's right.
Weird Dud says, I can't really speak for Edge of the Earth, but for the campaigns I have in the return boxes, the dividers have kept everything within reach pretty easily. That's good to know. Justin Baker sitting here peeling my tokens that just came in the mail. Thanks for all you guys do. Justin, thank you so much for buying those and taking part. Here we go. Here it is.
Negate of Yukwa?
Well, no. But, no. Where'd it go since last time? Wasn't it in the game last time?
It was, yeah. Sure was.
What the heck? Where is it?
I put all the cards from this campaign in this one box.
You remember that time you blamed me for losing cards and then I've never actually done it? Happens a lot in Ashes.
Don't remember that at all.
Hey man, can I borrow a...
I mean, you're welcome to look through here if you want.
Can I borrow a...
Look in the previous scenario, but we have the previous scenario cards out, I think. You don't have a stack over there, right?
See, this is the same old song and dance.
We had to set stuff aside.
Yeah, hey, do you have... do I have a stack over here? No. Like, of cards from last week?
Yeah. There was stuff that we had to set aside.
Let's see, is it in these Raptor hatchlings? No.
Unlikely.
Okay, it's not in these Ashes cards. Great. Then the answer is no. I do not. But what I will do for you is I'll look through everything that's on the table. Kind of have a feeling that it's going to be on the back of something.
Well, it should have. Remember this?
Yeah.
It was the center
circle.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which has that logo.
It has this logo.
Yep, 100%.
So
here's all the possible cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many locations are there supposed to be in the circle? What was that? Circle's 5-pointed, isn't it?
Here's the entire campaign stack. And I need to go find
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
But
it's in the other ancient facility stack because there's supposed to be 16 and we only have 10 here.
Yeah. There were 6 we had to set aside for some reason.
Don't worry. I'll just be over here looking.
I'm going to go grab this other thing that I know we need and look. See what I find.
All right, go for it. Here it is.
Got it?
Yeah. Could he even play solo? You know? Like, I feel like I'm the one who finds the cards every single time. Just by looking. Zach would have bought a new box by now. For real. I'm serious. What we don't have, though, is the other ancient facilities. You know, it just takes a lot of work to have fun. But there is an equation there where the more difficulty you have setting something like this up, the more fun you're going to have playing it. And there's the ancient facilities.
I'm glad you found it.
Yeah, nothing.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
My wife would be unsurprised.
All right, I found the 5 ancient facilities just back here somewhere as well.
All right, let's read through this.
Is it in the the little star thing? Do you need this anymore? This is from last time, I think.
Oh, Lord. All right, hold on. It didn't tell me to gather any star cards. It did say when I was gathering this, only 2 dissonant voices. 2 frozen in fear. No rotting remains. Put the gate of your quad into play, unrevealed side face up.
Unrevealed side face up. Yeah, okay.
Take the 5 missed pylon locations and the 10 remaining ancient facility locations.
Okay. Missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Shuffle them together and put them into play at random using the same map in part 1 on page 52.
So we've got a circle, but rather than the ancient facilities, we're using the pylons. Understood.
Yeah.
What's up, Totally Random Studios? How are we doing out there? If something's totally random...
Yes. Yes.
Can Matt Phillips understand it?
No.
It's like the old, if a tree falls in the woods.
I
It's
feel like
totally random. That means it will show up an equal amount of times.
I feel like we should have a Matt EP consistently random pop that explains the context from anytime we say the word random. Anyways.
It's always good to have a strong inside joke with some of your great store patrons.
Yeah, making fun of your patrons works, right?
It's what's got me through basically all of my friendships.
There's that place in Indianapolis that does that.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a different vibe. Do you need that locked door or anything?
No, hold on. All right, you got all those locations. So we're gonna follow it step by step. So they should be random.
What is this even? Okay. Okay, yes, I do. Hold on, I gotta get all of these things out here. So this is the hidden tunnel stuff that we didn't need.
Not all.
This is all gone.
Yep.
Okay. And then here's all of our stack of 10 locations.
Shuffle
and
it
I will
up.
continue to shuffle them to make it.
Yeah, and then we're gonna build this, like last time. Now you really zoomed out there. You can see the lappy tappy.
Yeah, I can go back in. I just see how much vertical we need, and then we can adjust it.
I think that's good.
All right, and now we make a star.
Yep. It looks like this.
5 points.
Basically 3 up, 3 diagonal, 3.
5 points.
Yeah.
Just like the board. Amazing how that works. Oh no, is there another row? Or is there betweeners?
There's more.
Oh my gosh.
So we had to go.
That's right.
Pretty tight last time.
Don't drop my beats. Okay, 3. Join us in our next series, Arkham from Space, where your hosts go to space.
All right.
Play Arkham.
Note, if all 5 locations in the innermost ring are missed pylons, start this process over.
They are not.
That's a bummer. The locations in this scenario are organized into 5 spokes that branch out.
You just like switch one?
The lead investigators choose an ancient facility location nearest to the gate of Yaqua. Each investigator begins play at the chosen location.
Same or different?
Each investigator chooses.
Let's go different. Let's split up. Monterey is going to choose...
Oh, no. The lead investigator chooses.
Oh, okay.
Each investigator begins play at the chosen location. So you get to choose an ancient facility next to the gate.
I'm the lead investigator.
Yeah.
Oh. I like this one.
You want to flip it?
Do we get to reveal it, yeah?
Presumably.
It's a Forsaken Temple.
Set the following cards aside out of play. Cool. Thanks for that.
If you control the backwards D triple dot seal, test 3 brain. If you succeed, spin clues, activate it. We're still playing American Gladiators, seemingly.
All 15 copies of the Nameless Madness Enemy.
Here. 15.
Okay.
Set these aside.
Yep. And the Final Mirage Act. Do you have the Final Mirage in there?
Oh, you know I do. The Final Mirage. Ooh, it's
The 4 Titanic ramp locations.
This campaign continues to get more interesting and less what I was expecting.
Always.
It's just like, it's really just about weird mind stuff in the end. Whereas Forgotten Age became just about body stuff.
Alien stuff,
What did you say? Seal something?
The 4 Titanic ramp locations
Got
and the
'em.
hidden tunnel location.
Dude, Titanic ramp looks straight out of Nightmare Before Christmas. You see that?
Oh, that's really cool.
Set them outside?
Yep, with the Final Mirage thing. And the 15 things.
Okay. Done.
If you played part 1, didn't pass.
Yeah, I never even seen it, personally.
If you did not play part 1, remove all 5 seals from the game.
All right, well,
That's the
they never
downside.
even entered, so there they go.
Shuffle each to Kelly Lee weakness card that is not already part of the Investigator's deck together to form the weakness deck, which I have here. I'm going to shuffle that for me. Shuffle the remaining counter cards into a deck. You are now ready to begin play. Yay.
Wait, remaining? So
That's all the cards from the encounter set.
we didn't tell us to not to pull out these unsealed phantasms.
I'm going to guess we put those in here. You want to just stack them in there?
I want to do it at the right time so that they're randomly distributed. You get that? Did you get that? Another randomness joke, if you guys can believe it.
The hits just keep on coming.
The second one so far.
Do not read.
Okay. Check focus. Focus is good. I don't see it all. We got blue lines for 1,000 years. How many people listening to my voice right now are doing something else in the background, or in the foreground, rather?
It's sometimes challenging to do that because they're doing something
Like, are you
else. So they can't tell us.
G-chatting, with your lead developer right now? Are you entering data into a spreadsheet?
Here's what I want to know.
Are you
you're
watching the
watching-
kids?
If you're watching this now or later, are you currently getting paid? You know what I mean? I won't reveal.
Is this for pleasure or for work?
I won't reveal who Phylon says I'm working.
Yeah.
I won't
Great.
reveal who
Well,
I was
well.
talking to, but someone I was talking to had something they needed to do related to a game we were playing, and they're like, "Oh, I'll wait to do that later when I'm getting paid," and I like laughed pretty good.
That's beautiful.
Tresmillion says I'm working too. Bradley says he's writing code.
Yep. And then Alex is delivering the mail right now in the mail truck. Alex, you're in Ohio, right?
Yeah, but no.
But it was the ProQuest in Ohio. It was some
Yeah,
event
Cincinnati.
in
I
Ohio.
thought it was like Kentucky, right?
Is it Kentucky, Alex? Where are you delivering mail currently? Bryce Gilbert, have to confess, watching at work. The Bryce protocol has gained consciousness. It's sentient. Run.
Adam Levitt, I am definitely being paid right now. Well, you know what? Everyone out there getting paid to be here, kudos to you.
It's beautiful.
Hopefully this is enjoyable.
The way the system works is you get paid while you watch us, and then we get paid when you buy products from watching us.
It's really a genius system.
So it just works perfectly. And
it's
then
all-
I get paid.
It's all part of my 5-point plan. You remember that?
Zach's classic. Who could forget Zach's classic 5-point plan?
Alex says near Cleveland. Okay, so Ohio was right.
Perfectly aligned with the 5-point board setup. Each point here is equivalent to 1 point of your 5-point plan.
That's right.
Which is the following.
I can't reveal the 5-point plan. Otherwise, the whole business falls apart.
That's right. I mean, we already showed the board. That's part
Yeah,
one.
we can't go too far. I mean, we had to turn down that Netflix documentary.
That was a bummer.
Yeah, it was going to be about us and our business and leading up to 3.0, but had to decline. Too many secrets.
Yeah, too many secrets to be learned.
If you're out there, Netflix, though, hit me up.
And, I couldn't work out the right deal with my stylist, who also wanted a cut because
the
their
Netflix
work
deal.
was going to be appearing on film.
Of course. Yeah.
I said, no, I'll never reveal those secrets either.
Same reason we had to turn that Shaq documentary down.
That one was a heartbreaker.
All right, Agenda 4A, the Seal Weekends. Oh, man. Could have also started singing Kiss by a Rose or something. John's favorite song. The Seal Weekends. Miasma has completely consumed this part of the facility. The walls and ceiling drip with polychromatic ooze. Polar mist swirls through the halls, and the air shimmers with the insubstantial quality of a mirage. What manner of power is this, and how can you possibly hope to destroy it? 3 doom, and we're advancing.
That's the end of it?
Yep. Collapse the pylons, Act 3A. 5 pylons hold this facility together. Your only hope is to destroy them and everything else. Each revealed mist pylon can be attacked as if it were an enemy. Its fight value is equal to its shroud value, and its health is equal to its clue value. While it has no health remaining, it is collapsed. Reaction: when you discover one or more clues in a mist pylon, spend those clues, deal that much damage to the mist pylon. At the end of the round, if each mist pylon is collapsed, advance.
So you can kill it by investing in it or fighting it, basically.
Bingo.
Bingo bongo.
This guy gets it.
Let's get a 5.
We're going to stick to the plan. I've got emergency cash. Ever vigilant. Now, the Bryce 2.0 would have no problem keeping up with all these things.
Yeah, never.
Prepared for the worst.
That's right.
I've also got 2 disciplines. One is the quiescence of thought, and the other one is the alignment of spirit. And, of course, who could forget? I have Dr. Amy Kinsler.
Of course.
At my service.
She's
I think she's
been through a lot.
Yeah.
I'm starting with In the Thick of It, Higher Education, and Charisma. Charisma gets me 4 dog night, basically.
What did you just say?
In the Thick of It, Higher Education, and Charisma.
No, something about 4 dog night?
Yeah, it gets me 4 dogs. So each dog takes up 2 slots. So if you have Charisma, you can have 4 dogs. I think that's a better way to do it than the dog walking stick thing, where you get extra dog slots. But, that's just me. I also just like the idea that I'm charismatically good at raising and having sled dogs.
That makes sense.
In the thick of it, you take trauma. Nobody really cares about trauma anymore. And then higher education, so that I can pay money to make my brain less bad.
I'm telling you, man, my Cyclopean hammer is ready to knock some of these pylons down.
Hopefully you draw it. There have been games where we just don't see it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I have Anu in my deck.
Oh, yeah.
What does he do?
Okay, so my opening hand, I'm going to keep a dog. I don't need the forewarned. I don't need working. I really should keep working hunch.
Wow, he's so good.
I don't need pilfer. I will go ahead and hold on to lockpicks. I'm gonna go asset heavy. Now it could be that this is gonna take. We need less. It could be that we need time. Basically, do we need a rush or can we set up?
Well, this advances after 3 doom.
What's the next one? I'm gonna use the next one. Oh, we got the line on the next one, so it's probably a forever one. Okay. Bullwhip, I wish I have a lot to... We're interviewing MJ on the podcast today.
Yeah, that's exciting.
For something that will be released well later this year. And I got to talk about like that one of Trusty Bullwhip.
Right? Frank saying, so glad Amy didn't really die. Just scary.
Very scary nightmare.
Very, very scary indeed.
She's the Star Fox of Arkham.
Right. I did not get the hammer, but I did get a backpack, which is known to get hammers.
Yeah.
Like I stored my hammer in the backpack. I also actually got the Dragon Pole, the Holy Rosary, and the Talisman.
Oh, come on. It's just begging you to do it.
So technically...
You can take a shot at the backpack if you don't see it and then drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so my backpack play is here. That'll cost me 3 money. Mm-hmm. And then I get to go digging.
My gosh, Guardian, you're so good.
And then if I do get the hammer, I can play the emergency cash and then just play the hammer. I actually can't play the emergency cast this turn, so.
Yeah, 1-0. That's what makes it fair. My opening hand is
garbage.
Adequate.
Oh, I'm in a different direction.
It's adequate. It's not awesome.
Does it come in with 2 clues on it?
Yeah, it sure does.
And did it have this? Yeah, so the seals are removed from the game. If we had the seals, you can imagine these locations could be relevant.
Yeah, but
But we don't.
We already kind of investigated that pathway. Didn't exactly work out for us. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so get the ball to the pylon and start attacking. That's our idea.
Now let's identify the pylons, right?
You want to put a nice marker on them?
Yeah. You want to go gold tokens?
Gold tokens.
All right. So there's one over here. There's one here. One here. One here. All right.
Now, we can traverse the outskirts too, right?
That's right.
So if we're here, we can go here to here or here to here, right? And then we pop out and then we go around the outside.
Yeah. So the question is, in my mind, I feel like I'm not as good at movement as you, ultimately. And you're going to be able to actually do damage to these things with clues.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an element of play the standard game, start moving towards one, get some clues. I'm trying to dig for the hammer so I can just go like start busting them down. But I don't know if we need to stick together or not.
Do you have to spin the clues the moment you investigate them off the location, right? You can't bring clues in and dunk them.
That's right, when you discover.
So we don't actually know if there's any reason to get clues that aren't Miss Pylon Destruction.
I don't think there is. So far.
Unless we're using those seal abilities, which could be a total red herring anyway.
But we don't have the seals.
We don't have the seals, so it doesn't matter.
I dreamed about those seals, though.
One or more clues, spin them to put that much damage. Okay. I feel like I need to... Oh, here it is. You've got to have clues to enter these. 2 clues per.
All right, so then you got to get clues.
Yeah, so this is just basically taxing you on classic Arkham, which we find a way to be pretty poor at sometimes.
It's funny, but it's true.
It's funny, but it's true, isn't it?
So I think you... what's your game plan here?
So... I think my game plan is probably lockpicks, fieldwork, clue. And now I should move because it's free. Then it's probably going to be fieldwork, move, investigate with +2. So investigate at a 6. And then next turn will be lockpicks, investigate, move, investigate. Maybe. That's 4 actions, of course, but the idea is good.
The fundies are strong.
Okay, so I think that's my best option here. And then I'll roll into this one and deduction for 3 and try to do just a dunk on it, but I need 2 to get there.
Now, I'll probably end up coming with you because I need clues to get.
Can you snipe 1 out of 3? You have
Maybe.
6 cents in? You don't have 6 cents.
No, but I have Amy Kinsley.
Right. Use her before she might die.
You know, I have dreamed of such things.
Lothari editing the core rulebook for a tabletop RPG. Perfect. A lot of good inspiration.
One of these moments.
Sure. All right, well, let's stick to the plan then. I'll pay 2 for a field work. Jack wants to be on the move. Second action, Monterey to the ancient facility northeast. Wait, did we decide we want to do it like this?
That's fine. You need to move to get your stuff going, so that's fine.
So we'll do outside to inside, basically. Okay, that's not terrible. 4 shroud, 2 clues on. Fieldwork's gonna fire. We're gonna explore a 6 to a 4. You know what? At this point in the game, I'm willing to take that test.
Let's go. It would be pretty devastating if I just don't see my hammer this game.
That's how we do.
Money maker.
You just gotta believe in the bag today.
Believe in the bag.
We believe in the bag. We should get it on a shirt.
Believe in the bag.
Believe in the bag.
With a 5-1 and star. Okay, mine?
Yes.
We're gonna play Ever Vigilant. You know what it is. 1 at a time? Yeah, 1 at a time. Let's pay 1 for the backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go digging. Top 6. Items and supplies.
Reveal them for us, would you? In a dramatic fashion? Yes. We're gonna smash some pylons today. Wow.
I brought my bag for one reason and one reason alone, and there it is. So technically, I could just play the hammer as my second one and call it good.
Is it considered from your hand? Backpack is that as if they were in your hand?
It is from hand.
I don't think you can ever vigilant out of the backpack.
Maybe play it as if they were in your hand.
Huh.
Sorry, I'm not even playing this round anyway.
I mean,
I don't need it.
Maybe you could. I don't remember how that works, if it works at all.
It's all right. I got other plans. All right. Then we're going to play, for 1, Holy Rosary.
I love that card. That might be my favorite card in Arkham.
Then we're going to pay 2 for Anu.
Oh, end of my turn. I need, what do I need? Money or cards?
So basically next round, I'm going to emergency cash play the hammer. Yeah. So it's fine.
That's a classic.
Everything's fine. So that was action 1.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
You know, Kinsler a clue, or we could leave these for like emergencies. You could get the one on geothermal vent, and then we could roll in.
I feel like I may as well try on 3, right?
Yeah, it's a better odds. Yeah.
Well, and it's a fast action.
Why don't you turn this to their supply side so we're not confused about
sorry.
them being clued? You know?
SMH. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna fast action with Amy Kinsler.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Spin the secret. Actually, before that, I'm gonna fast action exhaust on you. My next test is gonna be +2.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. He can do that?
Yeah, or move to a connecting location.
Or they?
Or evade for
you.
free with a skill of 4.
Exhaust on you. Choose 1 or discard to choose up to 3. You can do all 3 if you discard on you. What a faithful companion.
Right. Then as a fast action with Amy Kinsler. Books out of 6, but it's +2, so I'm coming in 8-3, ahead by 5.
Anyu's incredible.
He is, yeah. I was very excited about him.
That's incredible.
Kind of does all the things that, like, you know, I want it to do.
That every investigator might need.
Succeeded. I got the clue. Those were fast actions. So
2 actions remain then.
Oh, she doesn't even exhaust. Huh. I'll look at the top card. I can discard if I want. How do we feel about the card that makes all your weaknesses do double?
I'm tired of it, dude.
Yeah, I think I just
Unless you're drawing it. I don't have the brain to get rid of it, so I'm stuck with it forever.
All right, then my second action. Let's move to you. Do you want me to go ahead and add that location?
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
Let's just go ahead and reveal it. So we spend our clue. And this flips. And 1 shroud, 8 clues.
Oh my gosh.
So it's an enemy with 1 fight and 8 health.
8 health.
This hammer was made for slamming.
Oh, dude, check this out. It's so cool. So if you control that seal, you can it's activated, you put it here, and then you do 1 additional damage every time you deal any damage here. That's what we call maybe the efficient way to do that. But then you'd have to go through so many hoops.
Yeah.
Can't we just burn the thing down?
All right.
Air up asking what size is our playmat? It is a 3x3. 3 foot by 3 foot.
End of round?
Yeah.
All right. Can you walk me through this? For those at home, in case I just want to make sure everyone at home understands the sequence of this.
So at the end of the investigator phase, we go to the enemy phase, where hunters are going to hunt and engage anything they contact, which they will not. Then any enemies that are engaged will attack, which we do not have any enemies engaged. Then we'll go to the end of the phase, which is what the make things okay phase. I forget what it's called.
Ready?
Recovery phase or something, where we will ready everything. And then we'll draw a card, get a money.
Panic. I always get that like at the first of the game.
It's good to panic early.
After I take a play, engage, or resource action, I can't take any more of those for the rest of the turn.
Yeah, that's a real annoying weakness. I'm sorry that's happened.
It's okay. I will heal it. Dumon. That is one of our Edge of the Earth Doom, for those at home wondering. You can kind of not really see it in the shot, but here we are.
I'm the lead investigator now, remember?
We swift swapped.
Swift swap and ravel when I time travel. My mind goes back to the beats that I battle. Miasmic Torment. It's a curse. If you control a partner asset, you do. Exhaust them and attach this to them.
What's a partner?
Mala. At the end of your turn, they take a damage or a horror.
That's what I was dealing with last time.
If you succeed
that's what I was dealing with in my nightmare.
At a brain or book test, discard it. So this is 6 turns out from killing Dr. Mala. So I got time on this.
Yeah. All right, my bad card. Glimpse the unspeakable. Peril.
Upkeep. Thank you, Marcus. Marcus actually knows the rules of this game.
I'm going to draw this. Resolve it. Shuffle it in the investigator's deck.
I'm nervous about what you're doing.
I got one of these weaknesses as a peril, and then I have to make one of us resolve it. And then, or I resolve it, and then I shuffle it into one of our decks. So I'll resolve it, and it says, let me grab a sleeve, Place one of your clues on your location. Place the Tekeli Lee on the bottom of the Tekeli Lee deck. So instead it goes on the bottom of my deck.
Yeah, look at you. Stupid weakness. We got your number. We need to remember that. We need to spin clues as fast as possible.
Especially me.
Because I got wrecked by that a bunch.
Yeah. Okay, that's back to us.
Back to our friends.
So, my plan is to get rid of my weakness, play an emergency cash. No, I'm going to play emergency cash. No.
What's your most effective pockets of damage on this thing? Technically, it's non-elite, if that matters.
So the hammer is going to be great, but I can't play cash and hammer this turn unless I get rid of this weakness.
Mm-hmm.
So I get rid of the weakness, I play the cash, I play the hammer.
Okay.
End of turn.
And what are you swinging for? 5?
The hammer, no, not yet. I don't have the attachments yet.
2, 1.
Damage +1. If you succeed and the enemy is non-elite, you may move it one location away. If you succeed by 3 or more, instead do +2 damage. So it's 3 damage if I succeed by more
Which
than...
you should do. It's a 1 shroud.
Yeah.
So you should be doing pockets of 3 damage. So you're going to take do 3, and there's 2 damage left.
Yeah, because I'll be at 4, 5, 9. 9 to 1.
9 to 1.
As long as I succeed by 3, it takes 3 damage.
Okay. So I'm thinking if I run there and use a deduction, that would do 3 as well. So that doesn't actually buy us any time because we'd still need to spend 3 actions on it.
Yeah, honestly, I would say start moving to the next location.
Yeah, I'm with that.
And I'm just going to hammer that pylon down.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm probably going to play, clue, move, and then get ready, get set up for here. I'll probably end up here.
Okay.
Just to kind of do some exploration. All right, so first action, I'm gonna leave some clues around. I feel like that's kind of the Monterey reality.
The Monterey way?
The Mono way. Play the lockpicks for 3. Yeah. Then I'm gonna move to ancient facility here.
Yep. 2 clues coming up. Vaulted corridor.
Good, got another vaulted corridor as needed. You can succeed, you can move there. And then I'll crack field work here, +2 skill value to my investigate. So I'm currently 6 to a 3. Lockpicks are kind of nerve-wracking on this. 6 to 3 is okay, right? Is 3 up enough? Did we decide that? Didn't we say we're gonna believe in the bag?
We need the card.
That's a fun one.
Should be the Hard Madness card. You want to grab those stacks on stacks?
Here you go.
This is for you. Not ice and death.
It's fun going back through all these old memories. Heart of Madness. City of Elder Things? Heart of Madness.
Heart of Madness. Easy standard. So the skull is -1, -3 of an ancient one's at your location. The thing is -1.
Cultist -1.
Tablet's -3. The gas mask is -4. So 4 is the worst it gets. 5 if there's a snow token on top of it. What up, Robin of Loxley?
I'm gonna lockpick it. That's why you do that, Zach. That's why you do that. Would have failed otherwise. It would have ruined the game for us.
Over.
We would have been behind.
Irrecoverable.
Would have been behind.
All right. End of turn? Oh, my turn.
End of my turn. Yeah. And I will use Monterey to gain a money.
I'm going to crack my Alignment Spirit. Take a Sanity. We'll heal Physical here and Panic. No, it's the other way around. Take a damage to heal the Mental.
I will note, Robin of Loxley has been very consistent in coming in on Twitch and leaving the wave emoji.
Just checking in.
Like the past few streams. It's been there.
I like it.
Robin is the new van.
Emergency cash. Gain 3 money. Cyclopean hammer. Do I have to leave the backpack out if it's empty? Let's see, Rob. I think, I don't think so.
I think you leave no, I think you get rid of the backpack. I don't know. They have a rule for uses and stuff that we'll never remember. Was there an intro 2 we missed? Mm. Or does Rob not know that we're ignoring last week?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We decided part 1 never happened. Yes, Rob. So that's maybe what you're referring to.
Nuke the backpack. End of turn. Enemies, etc. Money.
Everything ready.
Cards.
Money. Card.
We like the stock. Dumont. Bad
And then 1 damage on Dr. Kinsler, Dr. Mala. Bad card to me. Open it up with an Ancient Evils. Let's advance the agenda.
Bullocks. All right. It emerges. From the nameless depths at the very core of the earth, the miasma's true form emerges. It's a shapeless thing, a creature of whirling mist and putrid ichor that screams and whispers and crawls and flies. It seeps through the walls and up from the ice. It is everywhere. It is everything. Spawn 1 set-aside copy of the nameless enemy at the mist pylon nearest to an investigator. That'd be where I'm at.
I think that's yours. Yeah, buddy.
Check the campaign log. If the truth of the mirage eludes you...
No, it doesn't elude us at all. We know it, in fact. Dr. Kinsler knows it. That's the key.
Hold on. Let's see what Rob's talking about. Rob might be onto something.
Truth of the mirage eludes you. Although I feel like it should have eluded us. Because we did poorly at the mirage. What's up? Are we supposed to read a whole thing?
Yep.
Did we forget a whole thing?
Yeah, we did. It's because I was reading this right here. Use this text if you skip part 1. Mm-hmm. So I went straight to that. Failing to read the Heart of Madness part 2.
Oh.
So we're doing a little Star Wars.
You skipped the text before and after.
Yeah, here we are.
So here we go back to episode 1.
Uh-huh.
Phantom Menace.
Well, prequel. All right, Heart of Madness, intro 1. The facility is even older and stranger, beyond the threshold of the ancient gateway. Who knows how many eons this place has slept undisturbed while the earth changed and developed on the other side. Perhaps it would have remained forever had the site not been disturbed, but it's too late for that. All you can do now is work to prevent a terrible future. Dim luminescence fills the eerie halls, powered by some form of advanced energy, like electricity. Behind you, a kaleidoscope wall of miasma stitches itself together to block your escape. You're trapped, perhaps forever. A web of expansive halls extends outward from the gateway, carved from smooth stone and covered in ancient murals and alien hieroglyphs. The air here feels thinner. The light bends and oscillates, distorting your vision like an optical illusion. Is this reality or a mirage? Your party studies the murals along the walls for hours. They depict an ancient, unfamiliar history, an alternative history of the Earth, a very different history than any of you could possibly have imagined. Check the campaign log.
Yeah.
If Dr. Kinsler is alive and Dr. Kinsler understands the true nature of the miasma...
As it turns out, those things are true.
Proceed to intro 2. Okay. Otherwise, proceed to intro 3.
Okay. What did we earn through all of this toil?
Intro 2.
All of this confusion.
Back from the dead. Dr. Kinsler explains everything as she studies the ancient murals. The elder things were travelers, colonizers. They came to Earth over 1 billion years ago, she says, citing Professor Dyer's own notes. But they were not the first ones here. This place, all of this. It was ancient even then. She runs her hands along the mural as she explains what she has learned. But it is not an entity trapped within. You ask what she means, alarmed by this new understanding. She turns to face you, her eyes aflame with inspiration. I had been studying their physiology, attempting to discern how they could exist the way they do, without shape, without matter, without state. But I was going about it all wrong. One cannot study the biology of something inorganic. See, it's not a creature, not truly. It's more akin to, she hesitates, attempting to find the right words. It is an alternate dimension, another reality superimposed on ours, a sentient microcosm of all that it is, not composed of organic life, but a mockery of it. This newfound understanding of the phantasms you have encountered and the mirages you have seen put everything into context. They were not monsters you were slaying. They were figments of a false reality, one that may yet come to pass. You ask Dr. Kinsler if there's any hope to stop such a force from escaping. It is not a living thing. It cannot be killed, only contained. The Elder Things facility held 5 pylons that used its essence to power the civilization. But after this long, I cannot imagine they still function. But perhaps, she trails off, formulating a plan. Finally, her eyes widen with realization. I know what must be done. I know how to stop it. You must find these pylons and destroy them. Doing so will bring the entire compound down. In the meantime, she hefts her backpack off her shoulder, dropping it to the ground. I must be off now. There is no time to spare. You object to her sudden departure, but her mind is made up. She backs away, giving one last lingering glance at her companions, before sprinting away. You hope she knows what she's doing, for all your sakes. In the campaign log record, Dr. Kinsler has a plan.
You get, I'm getting Arrival vibes off of this.
What's Arrival?
That movie? Denny? With the aliens coming down, and then they gotta learn their language.
Arrival.
Yeah.
I thought you said Rival?
Yeah, Arrival.
Yeah, definitely got the Arrival.
And then you find out it's all about actually infinite time stuff. Isn't her name Amy? Amy Adams.
The actress, yeah.
Dr. Amy Adams. Dr. Amy Kinsler.
It was there right in front of us all along.
Strange need to interpret alien reality.
Semi-Swami.
It's basically a direct copy.
100%.
So.
Yeah, it's like a mix of that and Dumb and Dumber. It's just right. we're Dumb and Dumber
this
in this
summer,
case, by the way.
Arrival meets Dumb and Dumber.
When Harry met Lloyd.
Has a plan. Dr. Kinsler has a plan.
Yeah. Dr. Amy Kinsler cannot be chosen to accompany an investigator this game.
Well, it wasn't chosen. So...
It's fine.
It just depends on how much...
I'm not going back.
You're not going back.
I'm just picking a new character.
But you got the free clue with Amy.
I want to see if I can find something that would let me do that.
You got the free clue with Amy.
Amy's got a plan.
You got a free action with Amy.
No, it was on you.
But Amy was fast action investigate too. You're an action down. We could send you back to the geothermal vent, having not made the move up there to the spinal tap, the temple up there.
Where... Do you know where the other characters are? They disappeared on my stacks.
Dr. Amy Kinsler.
Well, there's the other choices we had.
The ones who are alive or who are dead?
Yeah, I think they're...
We didn't need them because there was no need to choose anything but what was perfect for us. That's what I'm going to do, man. I'm just going to move you back.
Is Cookie dead?
Yes. Cookie couldn't be more dead. His body is lying somewhere in the Arctic. Gun nowhere to be found. No, we'll just put you there, man. We'll just put you there. This is real Arkham horror, you know? You don't have a spare clue or anything? Just a little head start.
I'm going to get Danforth. Brilliant student.
Is he the cancel snowman?
That guy's dead. He has 5 secrets.
Secrets. Like the hobbits.
Yeah, the secrets is. After an investigator location resolves a Kelly weakness, you can exhaust Danforth and spend a secret to have them draw 2 cards.
Cool. Something you didn't get to do after drawing that Kelly. Yeah. So that kind of evens out, right?
So really...
You didn't get 2 cards.
I would have been here, right?
Yeah, but then I wouldn't be there for us to spend the 2 clues to get in. The whole thing is it's an irreversible board state.
Okay. So what are we doing?
We're just leaving it as it is.
This goes to me?
Yeah, it goes there.
I'm just gonna... That's what we usually do, right?
Yeah. And then you continue with the Doom, with the... Because we were just advancing the agenda. I drew the Ancient Evils. That's where we left off.
Yeah. Each investigator searches their deck for each copy of a Kelly weakness and draws them one at a time in a random order without placing them on the bottom of the Tekeli Li deck. After resolving all of them, shuffle them back into the bearer's deck.
So they never come out.
I mean, not this. Like right now, you go through your deck and get out every copy, and we're gonna resolve them all randomly.
Wait. We're resolving all of the weaknesses.
Yep.
I like chat suggestion, by the way. You just don't get a partner asset as a penalty box. Just get Danforth out of here.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it sure does. Yeah, we are deprived of maybe 10 cards from not having Danforth, which I think is fair. What's up, Dan? Funkula is a fair judge of things. Was happy with ignoring intro 1.
Yeah. I'm not doing it.
Can't do it.
I am resolving these, though.
You just can't do it.
All right. So I'm going to shuffle and resolve one at a time.
Me as well?
Yeah. I got the put a clue back one. Cool. And I got the lose 2 resources one. After I resolve that, I'm going to exhaust Danforth and
come on. Look at this power gaming over here.
And then I'm going to draw 2.
What, are you going to the Arkham tournament tomorrow?
Dude, I like to win. Let's go.
The true personas on stream.
You know what I should do though? I will remove an extra secret from him.
Yeah, that's
because I had removed a secret from her to do her thing.
Yeah, there you go.
So what I could have done actually, Anya lets me move for free.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of using him to get the +2, and then I probably would just not investigated, but here we are.
Take a horror. I do this too, right? We resolve all of our weaknesses and then shuffle them back in. That is so funny. Like, that wrecks.
Yeah, that's the resolution of the agenda.
Okay. Place a horror, bottom of the deck. Okay.
Well, wait a second. If the truth of the mirage eludes you...
That's not on my list. I didn't write it down anywhere.
So that's what makes this thing actually reveal. So step all this back.
But don't you feel like the truth of the Mirage did elude us because we never went to the Mirage Palace and finished all of that scenario stuff? It just never told me to write it down. Or did it?
Does anyone know?
Team studied mural carvings, found the hidden tunnel, true nature of miasma. Dr. Kinsler has a plan. Studied the history of the Elder Things, confronted demons. We climbed the summit. We scouted the mountain pass. We defeated the hunting creatures. We did it all. But we didn't not... If we didn't write it down, we didn't write it down. So let's just assume that we wrote down what we needed to.
Tika says, if you checked on Amy 3 times, you should know the truth.
Yeah, we know the truth of the miasma.
All right, so I'm going to shuffle these cards I would have drawn back from resolving those weaknesses. Sorry for the confusion.
Oh, we don't have to do the bad stuff.
That's what made that trigger.
Okay, so we saved ourselves.
Yeah, you have the truth of it.
Good job, Amy. Thanks.
All right, then that which has no name, Agenda 5A. Tekeli Li, over and over and over. Forced, when one or more Doom would be put into play, if there are any copies of the Nameless Madness still set aside, instead spawn one set-aside copy of Nameless Madness at the location nearest an investigator without a copy of that enemy that is connected to a location with a copy of that enemy. Spawn set-aside at the location nearest an investigator without a copy that is connected to a location with a copy.
So it has to expand from itself, like a creeping...
Yeah, but like if I kill it, it'll just be the one nearest to one of us.
Okay.
Like if they're gone.
Walk Dogger is a pretty funny name, also.
Oh, dude, check this thing out. The Nameless Madness.
What's it got?
It's 2 attack, no health, 2 evade, alert, massive, retaliate. The Nameless Madness cannot take damage. After you successfully evade or attack the Nameless Madness, for each point you succeeded by, exhaust the nearest ready copy of the Nameless Madness.
Okay, well that's just going to get harder over time.
Yeah. Objective, at the end of the round, if all 15 copies of the Nameless Madness are in play and not every missed pylon is collapsed, advance the agenda.
So this guy, because it's massive, actually doesn't engage you at all.
Yeah.
It sits there forever. Well, isn't that interesting? So So you need to swing at the Nameless Madness, and then swing at the Pylon, and then swing at the Madness, swing at the Pylon kind of situation, right?
Well, swinging at the Madness doesn't make any sense.
Just because you want to take 1 and 1? Not worry about it?
Well, like what? He can't take damage.
Yeah, but after you successfully evade or attack it, for each point you would do, you exhaust the nearest. So like if you do 3 damage, you exhaust 3 of these nearby. But if you don't attack it, then it's just going to do 1 damage and 1 sanity to whoever's at that location.
Yeah, but it's also got Retaliate.
Yes, it don't miss. Retaliate only triggers if it misses. Same with Alert.
Duzen, any upcoming TCG or other card games you're hyped for? I mean, we have a full plate right now. Newer stuff coming out is Sorcery TCG. It's in the middle of Kickstarter right now. The game's incredible. Soul Force Fusion. It's unique. It's a hybrid deck game, but kind of like Keyforge.
All sorts of good signals.
Yeah, huge fan of that. And then our current collection of all the games that are active as well is super great.
Okay, what are we up to? It's our turns now. Did we finally get through? No, you need to draw a bad card. That was all off of that Ancient Evils. My gosh, that thing derailed the game for like 20 minutes.
Why don't we have another Ancient Evils?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so instead of a Doom, we're going to get another Gross thing. It's going to spawn connected to that, so it'll just do its thing.
It could technically go here or here.
Yeah. Well, it has to be. Yeah, that's.
Does it also have to be closest to an investigator? This is the closest.
That's
equidistant. Yeah. Okay. Let's just put it here because we don't know any better. We don't know from what.
Yeah, the Nameless is for every point you succeed by, not the damage, though.
Okay, cool.
But here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to punch the Nameless to exhaust them both.
Okay.
And then I'm going to punch the Pylon twice.
Yep. A classic turn. You can proceed with that. I'm going to think about my own plan.
All right. Use the hammer. Coming in at 9. Hot to trot. To attack the Nameless. 9-2.
Should be a no-brainer, right?
Got it. They're both exhausted. Right?
So exhaust 7, basically, yeah.
Then we're going to punch the Pylon ahead by 8. Head by 7. If there were a resign button somewhere, we'd be doing. All right, hitting the Pylon again. It's fine. We're gonna get through this thing.
Have you ever thought about actually passing a test? I feel like it's important.
I'm gonna get +2. Oh, come on! And I have a discipline that it fixes.
Oh my gosh!
Get out
the
of
bag
town.
gives, the bag takes.
All right, did 3 damage.
You know, they made that snow token look like a superstar on purpose
I think so.
for dramatic effect.
Just like to be devastating. So I've got to get to what, 8? Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Over to you.
All right, Vaulted Corridor.
I got this in the bag, dude. I'm gonna exhaust them all down. This isn't even hard. Just easy mode.
First action, let's do some lock picks.
Calling my shots now.
Yeah, you may as well.
They call me the babe. See that fence out there?
I think I succeeded a million ways.
-1.
There's not a seal at my location. There's no seals in the game. Second action, we're going to move into the mist pylon here.
Go get him.
I'm going to spend 2 clues to do that.
4
I
health.
want a mission, man. I'm not losing this one. I'm tired of losing. We lost the last one.
4 health, 3 attack.
4 health, 3 attack. Right on. Last action, let's play a deduction. It's going to be at a test of fieldwork 6, 7, 8 to 3. And as you can only do whenever you're thinking correctly, I'm going to play a quick thinking on top of that as well. 9 to 3.
Let's go.
-1. Succeed by 2.
Dunked on it.
Ergo, a couple things are going to happen. I'm going to immediately take another action. So I'll do that in a second. I'm also going to get 2 additional clues.
Jason Chung checking in from London. This snare is pretty difficult. Good luck. Have fun.
All the way from London.
Thanks, Jason.
So that's 3 damage because I deduced the pylon successfully.
Out of 4.
I take 3, I spin them immediately. And then last action, I'm playing it cool, man. I'm going to play my tarot card, Death. 13 for +1 to my my book stat. And then last action is going to, or Monterey Jack ability is going to be to gain a money because I moved. And that's the end of things for me. You're done as well?
Yep.
Everything readies. Nothing is attacking. Everything readies.
Money and a card.
Gain a money. Gain a card. I love how fast Monterey gets that money coming in.
Just pumping. All right. Dumont. So instead we get another bad guy.
1 Nameless Madness.
You just got to be connected.
There's strategy here.
Yeah, so I would go like here. So we don't want them on the pylons, right? Because I guess annoying. So like the string to me is like here, here. That's a problem.
And what are the spawn instructions for it? What does it say explicitly?
Set aside copy, location nearest an investigator, without a copy of that enemy that is connected.
Nearest any investigator.
Yeah, so I think it'd have to be here. Right? Or here, technically. Would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's nearest to you. I like that.
1 away from me.
Yeah, and if you move here, we can snake it up. And hopefully clear before it matters.
Yeah, we're gonna this is a whole thing.
But I'll be hammering them all around,
Jessica, greetings from Zagreb. Fantastic. This campaign is brilliant. Good luck. All right, let's go.
Where's Zagreb?
Zagreb?
I would look it up, but...
Okay, moving on.
Cards.
Cards. Right, the bad ones.
Ancient Evils.
Root to the Earth. Test 2 foot. The test gets +1 for each location away from the gate you are. So +1.
All
so
right.
it's 3. Failure is 2 damage. I'm currently a 5.
Easy peasy. Takes you to 0.
Take 2 damage.
Nailed it.
2 damage coming on, and of course I forgot to miasmic myself.
Look. Find the giant albino penguin enemy furthest from you. If you can't, etc. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a giant albino penguin. Draw it, shuffle the encounter deck. Well, it's just more stuff to punch.
Zagreb is the capital of Croatia.
Well, that's
Which
fantastic.
is apparently a very lovely place.
What is the, if you are willing to share, what's worth doing? Top things. Top reasons to go to Croatia.
Some good beaches in Croatia, some good music festivals in Croatia. I know that.
Geographically, do you know whereabouts this is?
I'll show you on a map.
This is Eastern Europe?
Yeah.
Europe?
I'm not going to go on the spot on that one. Croatia.
not going to call that one.
We almost went. The Hefners, I believe, went. Our friends.
Oh, he's cute. We're just going to leave him. He's aloof.
You know that's going to be beautiful. The beaches. Yeah, correct. Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia there. You got that whole coastline. That coast is where it's at. Right there off the Adriatic Sea.
Mm-hmm. So I wasn't completely off.
No, you're not wrong at all.
If I had to point to the area on the globe it would be, I would have been not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Considering all the places a person can point on a globe,
Yeah.
you would have been very close.
Right continent.
Yeah.
And we're already a seventh of the way there.
You did a very good job. We're all rooting for you at home.
We're all very proud. Okay, so the penguin spawns, it's aloof. It's back to us. Here's my plan. Punch the Nameless Madness. Punch the pylons twice, knock it down.
How can that go wrong?
It
can't, right?
I'm ahead by, what am I at? 5, 9? I'm ahead by 7. Here we go. Punching. Head by 8. They're all exhausted. Eventually, that's going to become difficult.
It's only going to become more difficult over time.
Let's use on you. +2. Head by a bunch. Got it. Are they ancient ones?
-3.
They're ancient ones. Yeah, that's fine. 3 damage to the thing. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
one last time for our friends at home.
Of course, it's the snow times.
Don't matter.
-4 is
Knocked
fine.
it down.
You're still ahead by 2
Yeah.
or 3.
I
What
was
do you
at
got? 9?
-9.
-4.
I'm at
5?
5 to 1.
Yeah, it's 4 ahead. All right, so what happens when you kill this thing?
It's just knocked down. We need to knock them all down. That's it.
Do the clues stay on there? Do you go away? Do you go to some weird eternal void palace?
Attack through an enemy. One has no health. It's collapsed. Remains in play.
Okay, so the clues are still here.
Yep.
Now that is a place to bank some clues.
Just farm.
You could farm clues there forever. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Over to me. Well, let's collapse this pillar.
Oh, spam. Don't you know?
Oh, don't you know?
Jessica saying, I'm from Argentina, but currently living here with my boyfriend. I went to Argentina. Beautiful place. It's like, what's the mix? Someone said the other day.
Lockpicks.
It's like Europe meets Latin America.
Yeah.
Delightful.
-3. Success. All right. Discover. Immediately damage.
Collapsed.
Collapse.
40% to her victory condition.
I'm going to put
What could go wrong?
that token there. Collapsed. Collapsed. Okay. Second action. Okay. My goal is to go 1, work my way here. So I need to get 2 clues off of this guy. Enter here. Do the thing. 2 clues. Do the thing.
Yeah.
Your next move is up there.
And these will basically start snaking to catch you, which is good.
And you'll keep slamming and then end up 2 moves away at that one.
Yep.
And start slamming that guy. But we need to get you clues. So if we need to, I can bring clues out. But you should also just farm these while you can on a 1.
I've got 3 book.
3 to 1 ain't bad in this world. Second action, let's move ancient facility over here. Subnautical Sprawl comes in with 4. I'm going to spend some time here. Yeah. And the modifier, the first snowy token is -3 instead of the opposite of that. And then
Alex called it right. So that scanner beep is very distinctive. He heard you.
That's right,
USPS
yeah.
picking up the orders.
last action, I'm going to investigate. I'm currently a 5 + 2 for field work, so a 7 to a 2.
We like this thought.
7 -3, 4 to a 2. 3 to a 2.
Did you lockpick that?
No,
Thank the maker.
I did not. And then 1 on the good doctor, and I'll pass it to you, or I'll pass it to the end of the phase. Everything ready? You haven't gone yet, right? Or you have gone?
Yeah, I did.
You dunked the thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Penguins are aloof.
Draw a card, gain a money.
Yeah.
Possessed.
Burden of Destiny. Take a damage and a horror.
Now, where did I get this possessed from?
So it's just a standard weakness?
I don't remember having this. It can be healed as if it were a single point of horror. So that's good. So I got the other side of the weakness. Did you get one? Did we get one like a couple scenarios ago?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually need that thermos now. I can't do anything about it except for, well, nothing. I did move too. I need to do Monterey's thing. Just out of order as usual. I'll gain a money.
Dumon, give me another bad guy.
And then I need to gain a money. I don't think I gained here. Dumon, what?
Bad guy. He goes here. He's chasing you.
Wow. This is crazy.
Yeah. And then bad cards.
It's like a game of Snake. Obscuring Fog. +2 Shroud. I can blow that out with lockpicks.
Obscuring Fog. That is no longer the investigate location for me. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. How we feeling? You need another clue.
Yeah, I'll probably do like I still need to move though, is the key.
Yeah, but if you get another clue, you can move.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking actually the right call is to get a clue, move Ancient Facility, and then probably drop. I've got a couple more ticks of this, so I don't have to drop this yet. But going to a 7 test with fieldwork is going to be important, so I need to move before I take that test.
I like the idea of moving out.
Because then I can be here.
Open that for me.
And we can open it together. But we have to end up at the same location to do that. Or I just open it for you. I could honestly just like gain a clue, move, open, and then you go right to it and start working.
And you can probably gain, if you can gain 2 clues here that also does 2 damage, you can get into this one.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can loop back around to this.
Yeah, that's good. Good point. Okay. So let's start. Let's see if this plan
It's also like
works.
this is 4 Shroud, right? So I'm sure you can get 1 clue here relatively as easily.
Maybe.
Just don't fail.
We could also drop the fog now. Just get it over with.
Yeah.
Because it's a 4 to 10. We're already here. Let's select it. Okay, so Possessed. When you reveal a snow token, you must either take a horror or automatically fail. I'm taking the horror, of course.
Yeah, that's a -3.
It's -3, of course. As you do. As you do in the game.
All right.
That's it. Scaring Fog is gone.
Bye, Felicia.
And we've got clues. Okay. Second action move. Let's flip that over, see what we're about here. It's a vaulted corridor. That's a good one. And we love hanging them right next to each other. That's our favorite thing.
Yeah, just touching.
And then I can either drop the torment, try to drop the torment, or I can unlock that location for you. If I don't unlock it, what happens for you?
I move. It's going to cost me 1 action because I'm on you.
I think I just need to unlock that pylon. I can take 1 more here. Just got to do it next turn.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's go here. Miss pylon.
I also might be able to take that. Can I take that test for you?
You can. Yeah.
So I might be able to do that this round. All right, 6 health. That's two swings.
That's 2 swings, so that's actually.
But if you can get the 2 clues you need off of it, that's fine too. 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, good point.
6, because I'll come in and bloat it up. Yeah. So I'm gonna move. Try to get that test taken for you.
I like that.
So I'll move with Anu. It'll cost me an action though because of the penguins.
And then this guy would opportunity attack.
For 1-on-1.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take 1-on-1 on Danforth. I don't know if I got time for that.
Yeah. Second action move here.
Yep. Third action. It's a brain test. So I'm at 5 brain. 2,
3.
3.
And I get a card and a money for yield Monterey. You don't have to take that.
How good is your test into it?
My test into it is going to be a 7. 7-3.
I think we should do that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to punch this once.
Punch once.
So I'm at 9-2.
Got it.
3 damage.
On a 0. Okay.
I'm going to put sanity on there.
Yeah, we're making it insane. They're being so effective. Okay, everything readies. No hunters we have to worry about. This is just a place we never go again.
Yeah.
Draw a card, gain a money.
Finally. Yeah.
Okay.
Brain Game saying, never seen this game. Do you guys flip all the cards in the air and where they land is where they stay? It kind of looks like that. It's really each map is different based on the game that you're playing. This is like a star, so it's pretty wild. This is a more intense map.
It's just been pretty intense.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 sanity.
We get a goon.
We get 1 bad nameless madness.
And I say we have it go here because that's connected in next to us.
Mm-hmm. It's within one of us.
Yeah.
There's no one that's closer.
This and that are tied.
Okay.
And then bad cards.
Starting with me, wuck. Find the giant albino farthest. You must either move it to your location or place a doom on it. The doom won't matter, right?
Yeah, put a doom on it.
Put a doom on it. Come on. There's got to be a reason that matters.
Well, if there... Hold on. If you can't, then you have to go get the guy. That's how he came into play.
Yeah. You must either move it to your location or place a doom on it. So we can legally place a doom on it, right? Does the agenda say we can't place doom on penguins?
It says when a doom would be placed here.
Okay. Well, looks like
when one a doom would be put into play.
Okay, we don't need more nameless things.
Yeah, so move him here. I'll deal with it.
Penguin coming in.
It just costs 1 extra action to move. So I have to do an action to engage it.
Unless you Spectral Razor.
I would love to do it.
Chris, yeah, I've been getting stuff for Monterey's ability.
Okay.
That was my bad card. Over to you.
Oh. Unsealed Phantasm. Spawn the nearest mist pylon that is not collapsed. Or your location if they're not in play.
Well, the nearest one is the one right on top of us, man.
While it is ready and add a mist pylon, damage cannot be dealt to the mist pylon.
So it's the creepy ooze inside of the pylons coming
So I'm just
us.
punching this guy out.
Yeah, you got to punch that twice. That gives me time to work on the clues, I guess.
Yeah. So you can't damage it while this thing's in play, so I'll just go ahead and go first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Swing the hammer.
Of course, me getting clues off of that, I have to spend them to hurt the thing. So I don't actually get any clues.
Them?
You don't have to. No, you may, I think. Is that what it says? You may spend them. After you discover one or more clues, spin those clues.
But it's a reaction. You don't have to do that.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Daniel is saying Marvel Champions new box set next Monday. So we won't have it by then. We're doing an interview with Andy Navarro, head of 3D Earth War Games next Monday, or a chat. The week after is when we're starting Sinister Motives. So I'm just going to nuke this guy.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Fine. All right, head by 4. Let's go ahead and make it head by 6. Got him. Is he elite? He's not. 3 damage.
You can technically Cyclopean him out of the game, right? Like, just like push him to the middle of the map. Is he a hunter?
At the end of the enemy phase, if it's ready, move it once toward the mist pylon nearest to it that is not collapsed.
Yeah, just take care of it.
I just want to...
We're over it. Oh, here's some more damage. See if you can.
Head by 4. Try him again. He's gone. Put him in the victory display, please.
That's right.
Let's just get that XP. And then I'll swing at the mist pylon. Head by 7.
Wait, if you collapse that mist pylon, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Right? Yeah.
This hammer was made for swinging. Collapsed. Over to you. I did my job.
Mm-hmm. Well, that penguin really is not what I want because I want to be moving.
Yeah, you can just...
Not. But if I don't move, I don't get field work. And I need to save this person now. Dr. Mala. Worth saving.
You bet, Daniel.
All right, we'll have to do it differently. Just a little bit differently.
Just a little bit.
Give a little bit. You got any book things in your hand you might just want to ditch?
There
Skills?
is a book I could give you.
Do you actually need to give it to me, or is it useful?
It's 6 cents, but if I never need to investigate, it don't matter.
I can't say you never need to investigate.
I mean, how many pylons we got left? 2?
I'm going to take 7 to 3. That's an acceptable test. I'm going to drop in the hunch. Unless you think we should take a 6 to 3 and keep the hunch.
Just do it.
Didn't need any of it. We're healed.
Ish. Took a beating, though.
Yeah, well, you got to give a little miasma to keep people inspired.
Gotta keep them honest. As the kids say. Been quoting the kids a lot,
Usually, I think you're right. We'll play a fast magnifying glass.
Oh, yeah, come on.
What's our shroud over there, 2?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a normal test. I'm a 7 to a 2.
Set them up and knock them down. Oh, come on.
Haven't moved, of course.
Oof.
Just can't use these superstar abilities. Would get to gain a resource to draw a card. I'm not going to get this. Can you take care of that penguin next turn? I hate that penguin.
So, I can, but I have to use an action to engage it.
I know.
So, it saves...
But it's 2 actions wasted if both of us have to
But
deal
I have to
with
engage it and swing at it.
Yeah, so it's 2 actions on you or 1 between us.
Yeah, but if we move here, I can knock this thing down.
Well.
Like move, swing, swing.
Do I actually have these? Was I supposed to spin these? I shouldn't have these, right?
I think you should only have 1.
Yeah.
And I have a free move, so I have to spend just 1. So it really only costs 1 action versus I have to spend 2.
That's reasonable, yeah.
I was looking at that earlier.
Last action we'll investigate again. I'm not going to risk the lockpicks on this. +1. Come on, bag. Let's go, bag.
The bag is an ally today.
The bag is an ally today.
All right.
May your bag always be an ally.
A hunter's going to hunt. None to hunt.
None hunters.
Doom on, so we get another thing, and it's actually going to be...
Draw a card, gain money.
At our location.
Ooh, buried secrets. The one thing that ruins our plan. Perfect. Put it into your player. If your location can be investigated, you cannot move, except by scenario card effects. I investigate this to be able to move, so I'll investigate this and then spend my last 2 actions to move to the mist pylon.
Like you did. Can you give me one of these big baddies? Nope, those things. It's going to come to our location.
Okay. That's
Alert,
a good thing
massive.
to do.
Can't take damage. This is after the enemy phase, though, so it doesn't attack us?
Yeah, it won't attack us. Yeah.
Then we get our back cards.
Yeah, no money. I always forget that I might get distracted by the weakness. All right, bad cards. The Madness Within. Test 4 brain. For each point you fail by, shuffle the top card of Tekeli into your deck without looking at it. So that's going to happen.
What's your brain at?
My brain is currently a 1.
Do you care?
No, I don't. I don't think this is the time to dump unless you're looking. You only get 1 card for me.
I mean, I got a 2.
Yeah, sure.
Guts.
Guts, all right.
I don't need the cards, so. Down by 1. Only 1.
Only 1.
Saved you 2.
That's extremely reasonable.
2 weaknesses.
With your guts. Shuffle the top card into your deck without looking at it.
Totally random. It's the nature of random. It's asking if the bag is rigged. You don't usually see the superstar this much. I'm suspicious. I'll tell you what. If you watch this whole
all
campaign,
the playthroughs, if you would. Yeah.
You will know that it's not rigged. Because we have had some dunk-arenes.
Do we need to pour the bag out to prove it to you?
My bag card?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, why don't we just have a pair of giant albino penguins? You can't even move.
Okay.
So, this got interesting. Actually, hold on. I can move and you can spend. You didn't have to move.
Mm-hmm. True. Wow. And but then what do I do for the rest of the game except never move?
You take 3 actions to move.
Mm-hmm. And then take an attack from the Nameless Madness?
No. So I'm going to punch this thing. Fast action, move. Cost me 2, so that's the end of my turn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sink 1 here.
All right, I'm on penguin cleanup, I guess.
As is customary. Or...
It's fine. Here we go.
Madness, investigate, pylon. You don't have the...
I think it's Madness, engage a penguin, pop the penguin.
Okay.
The next round is Madness, move, with 1 penguin out.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so let me go first. I'm going to use it on you. We're going to punch the Nameless Madness.
No +2 skill there. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Now, can we evade those things?
You have to engage them.
Oh, the penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
-4, but I still succeed. So all of these are exhausted. Then I'm going to engage a penguin. We're going to swing at the penguin.
I'm never going to exhaust these unless it matters. Yeah.
Head by 7. We didn't succeed from Guts Walkdogger, so I don't get a draw. But I prevented him from losing 2 extra. Succeeded.
Wow. Just barely.
Your turn.
Buried Secrets. Take the test.
So now you can actually move, by the way.
7-2. That's true. We can get that pylon. Tapped up. What's their occultist? -1 if there's a seal or if your location is a missed pylon, treat it as a snow token instead, which it is. Which means I have to take 1 sanity or auto fail. So I'll do that. 1 sanity. Ooh, that's an auto fail. That's a big problem for me. Because this says, if you fail, take 2 horror to shuffle it into your deck, if you'd like to. Which I don't think I can do. And this is limit once per test, so I don't need to do possessed again. So I can try to take this test again, which the chances of me failing are impossibly low, but we just saw that it happens. Or 2 horror, I can't take 2 horror. So second, I will try to investigate it again. And of course I can't drop this unless I can heal sanity. Do you have anything that heals sanity?
Not for friends.
Yeah. Okay. It's gone. And then third action. I could heal you with Dr. Mala for 2 damage. That's worth something.
You can't heal yourself.
Could draw. I could heal myself, yeah. But I'm only at 8 to 2.
How you heal that possessed thing?
That's sanity. This is for the arm injury. This, I have nothing. I think the thermos can heal it. So I'm going to pay 3 for some sled dogs to get some soak out there. And I will pass it over to you.
I already did my thing.
Great.
So in the face, Hunter's going to hunt.
No hunters.
Gain money, draw a card.
Everything stands up.
Oh, I lose 2 resources. But I'm going to do this and draw 2 cards.
Danforth, come on.
Okay, bad cards?
Yeah. Wait, do we need a nameless guy?
Yeah. So it has to be connected to here, so let's do this one. And then your bad card.
Nightmares Vapors.
What's that do?
Peril, I can lose 2 actions or shuffle 2 Takali weaknesses in. I can't lose 2 actions here. 2 it is. I'll lose them later instead of now.
If there is a later. Crypt Chill. 4 brain tests. If I fail, choosing this card an asset I control. Do I have an asset I'm willing to lose? Not particularly.
Danforth.
Yeah. But I can maybe pass this test too. So let's try that route. I'm at 5. Put a guts in. Go to 7. Head by 3.
Yeah, you can just pass it.
Solve that
Guts is
problem.
doing a lot of work for you.
He's got the goods. Head by 2.
Glad you're not possessed though, like me.
Ooh. Auto fail. Danforth, it was nice to know you.
I blame random person, chat person.
Does he get discarded? Or does he just go away?
Discarded.
What happens if I draw him? He's free?
If you draw him, what are you talking about? You'll never draw him.
If I shuffle my discard pile?
Yeah. Is that right? I don't know.
We'll find out in a minute.
It does say asset on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
To story asset.
Well, but no, partner, does it say permanent?
It is permanent?
It doesn't say that.
Maybe you can't drop him. I don't know. But it is an asset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it even say it right there on the top?
It does.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you can discard. Maybe remove him from game if you...
Someone's saying you can't choose the partner, but if that's true, let me know.
Anto saying it's removed. Let's just remove it. It's
That's
unlikely that it'll ever matter.
Yeah. Okay. And then back to us. So my thought is I hammer the Nameless Madness so we don't take damage. I use my fast action and 1 action to move here.
Mm-hmm.
We spent your clues.
I think that's right.
And then I hammer this once and then you do your thing.
Yeah.
All right. So let's swing here.
Okay, you can't drop it unless defeated. There are special partner rules
Okay.
that you gotta know. Ooh, yeah, what do you drop? On you? No, Rosary.
I think it's got to be Rosary.
Dang it. It's my favorite card.
Yeah, because I can't drop. Prepare for the worst. Or stick to the plan. Fine. I'm 8. I'm ahead by 6. Let's see what... Oops.
Okay. It's not terrible.
Head by 6. Head by 5. So they're exhausted.
2, 3, 4, 5. We'll remember.
Yeah. Then I'll fast action allow you to move. Spin an action because of the penguin to move here. Spend your clues.
Ding ding.
1 action left. Miss pylon. 2 health. Huh.
2 clues and 5 shroud.
So 5. That's fine. I have 1 action left. So let's swing the hammer.
It's only 2 health. That's right.
Coming in at 8. Let's just go 9, 10 with overpower.
And this is gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. So this is gone.
Wow.
And I draw a card. Okay.
All right, so we've got 1 pylon left.
Yep. It's right here.
And we've got to get 2 clues. And if we run out of nameless things, do we lose automatically?
Yeah. There's 15 of them. We have several turns.
So I think I'm going to snipe a clue from this pylon.
Okay.
And then take 2 actions to move over there. That gives me better odds. It's all the same, right?
More or less.
Or... Ah, that penguin is such a bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I mean, you could also just... I don't know. Hang out there.
Nah, I gotta get out of there. That penguin's killing me, man. This penguin's killing me. Move.
We're so close.
Do the quick. Yeah, I think we're gonna give it a crack. No, we've got a better plan.
That Colors Agrees about to start paying off, right?
Mm-hmm. I need 5 cards in hand for that to happen.
Oh,
So
that's money.
that's my late game situation. Okay. Let's do it like this. I see lockpicks here. We're gonna throw in a quick thinking. Currently at a 10, 11 to 2. I could be at an 8 to 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. No, that could fail. We don't want the failure. It's fine. We'll take 1 sanity.
Oh my goodness! It just keeps hitting.
Yeah. But we will get the test because we had faith. Quick thinking is gonna fire. I'll get 1 clue and I take an action, so I'm essentially back to 3.
All right, come on now.
Okay. Now we can do a field work 5 or a standard 2. We're gonna do the standard 5 to 2, 7 to 2, 5 ahead.
All right, pretty good odds. Doesn't look like it, but the game's on the line. Nailed it.
Nailed it. And then I have 2 actions remaining.
Get out of town.
And we'll move here, I think, because I'm scared. So then I've got 2. So the next turn I can move,
Yeah.
open this up, and then start swinging.
Then it's hammer time.
Yeah.
All right, into phase. Enemies do enemy things. Money in a card.
I did move, so I'm going to draw for Monterey. I think that's right. I'm scared. That's right. End of the turn, draw a card, gain a resource.
Gonna give me a little more of that madness. It's actually gonna come to us.
Yeah.
To the party town.
You're on the hammer, though.
Yeah.
You just need to fight it off.
And then bad cards.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Nebulous Miasma. Attached to your location, when you end your turn at attached location, each card takes sanity, or with sanity takes direct horror. At the end of their run, discard it. So we will not both be here, right?
Right.
It can stay.
Right. I got a Dissonant Voices. Assets or events. Let's see.
It's not important. Your hand's not full of them.
It is important. So, I'm just going to Ward of Protection that.
Ooh, interesting.
It's going to burn a hole in my hand. I don't want to deal with that.
If you don't play an event or an asset this turn, I'm going to freak out.
All right. Mark me.
EMJ in the chat, what's up? To Kelly Lee, to Kelly Lee, to Kelly Lee.
All right.
It's all business in here today.
It is all business. I got a mission after last week.
Yeah.
My nightmare.
We got things to do.
Getting that out of here. All right. So, realistically, you need me to punch this thing, or are you willing to take an attack of opportunity?
I can always take an attack of opportunity. That's why they're there.
Because I feel like me wasting... Because essentially it's action, move, and then wait.
Yeah, I'll move.
Let's let you go first.
I'm sure it's fine.
I think we're going to knock this pylon down this turn. Can you feel my confidence?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. First action, let's move.
1 damage, 1 sanity. You got that, good boy.
Yeah, the sanity is the problem, though.
Little craziness never bothered anyone.
Justice never sleeps, man.
The Subnautical Sprawl.
Yeah, and it's the one you don't like. It's the one that gives the minus. It compounds the problems.
I got you.
Compound problems.
You want to... you carrying on to the next location? You just move, right?
I think we should.
Yeah. Reveal it.
Second action, let's move.
Missed Pylon.
Who knew? Spin 2 clues.
It's got 4 health.
This is Mist Pylon Ruins number 176.
Mamba number 5. Can you get 1 clue and do 1 damage?
The sounds they can make in the 90s.
Because I'm ready to party in here at
You move,
3
move,
damage.
swing if I can get a clue, right?
Yeah.
Well, sure, I can get a clue. How could this fail? Field work. And that puts me at 9 to a 4.
David Anderson saying, "Woot, I just finished this campaign with my wife and wanted to say thanks to the whole team for the fun and the spooks."
Nice.
Totally random. Such a great campaign. One of the best so far. Chris Hodovec. Yep, this campaign is incredible and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, so 5 ahead is safe, right? That's snow token and -4, which is the worst it can go, if it isn't the real bad one.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to lockpick. I'm just going to field work, magnifying glass, death 13, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to 4 is a failure. Then I'll go lockpicks. All right, let's go.
Oh, here we go. From downtown, Leroy Brown. -1. That's what we call a Dunkarini.
Spend it and dunk it.
All right, over to old Lily.
Oh, Lily.
All right, let's fast action with Anya. Move, take a damage, and a horror. Yellow, right?
Did we win if we do this?
I don't know.
You think this is the end of the thing?
I'm gonna play Dire Sketches, fast action, draw 3 cards.
You dropped that entire arena just so you could draw 3 cards?
I did. First action, move here. 2 actions left. Dude, calm down. I got another one in my deck.
I'm perfectly calm.
I've got the heal stuff going on.
I just only got a ward of protection though.
Swing. I'm at 8. I'm ahead by 4.
You need a buff?
I'm ahead by 6. That'll be fine. Let's actually make
6 is there's no way you can fail
7.
harder than a 6. If you're 6 ahead, there's no way.
But I need to succeed by 3.
Oh right, that makes
7.
It okay. That makes it okay.
-1.
There's
6.
not a seal at your location.
3 damage. Pylon busted.
Oh wait, if it's a missed pylon, treat it as a snow token.
Oh no.
Pylon busted.
Pylon busted. I draw a card. Let's resolve that for real quick. Ooh, nice. Let's see what happens. Act 3A. At the end of the round, if each missed pylon is collapsed. So we're not at the end of the round yet. So fast action, move, swing. Okay. End of the turn. What happens before the end of the turn?
So enemies do enemy things. There's no hunting that we need to worry about. Then we go to draw a card, gain a money. I need to trigger Monterey Jack to draw a card and gain a money that I forgot to do, of course, as you do when you play Monterey. And then it's the end of the round.
End of the round. All right, let's advance. So what happens?
Okay.
The facility shakes to its very core. Without the mist pylons powering the structure, the nameless entity that resides within is free, and its days are numbered, as are yours. The mountain groans and trembles, threatening to collapse all around you. Set all but 3 copies of the nameless madness aside.
Our choice.
I think it's the ones in play. So there's basically 3 of them now. Let's just finish reading real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Each investigator loses all their clues. Remove each location except the Gate of Yaqua from the game. Investigators and copies of Nameless Madness are not defeated by this effect. All other cards at those locations are discarded. Put the 4 set-aside Titanic Ramp locations into play in a straight line to the right of the Gate of Yaqua. Put the set-aside Hidden Tunnel location into play to the right of the rightmost Titanic Ramp into play. So,
okay, with it. So I'm going to clear all the Nameless Matters in all these locations, right?
Yeah.
And then 3 of them, I guess, are going to be probably 1 at each location or something. That's the kind of way that people think around here. Nameless. All the other ones are set aside. Ooh, it's so satisfying to get rid of all this stuff. Ancient memories.
And those are this door icon.
Miss Pylon out. Where did we put these? Oh. Okay. We've got 3 Nameless Madnai. We've got that over there. I've got a location wherever those went. Vaulted Corridor, etc. The gate. And then we've got the ramps.
Three ramps. And then the...
You know, I have a feeling if we go this way, we'll find a hidden tunnel.
Perhaps, yeah. Place each investigator and each remaining copy of the Nameless Madness in play at the leftmost Titanic ramp.
Okay. They chasing us.
Titanic ramp is connected to locations to the left and the right. This.
So we get slid out the gate, basically, into that ramp.
Remove the agenda deck from the game and advance to the set-aside Final Mirage. It is both the current act and current agenda. Do you have the Final Mirage?
Final Mirage. The Nameless Madness gains Hunter. When one or more Doom will be put into play, instead spawn a Nameless Madness. Objective, run. Well, you heard the Mirage. Let's run.
Did this get revealed?
I imagine, yeah.
Titanic ramp. 2 clues.
And the gate isn't... What's the gate doing?
It said leave it in play.
And we don't ever go to it. Okay. I don't like it. But it's fine.
Yeah. Titanic ramp is connected to locations to the left and the right. Additional cost for you to leave. Test 4 foot. If you fail, cancel the effects of the move. Any investigator location or connecting location may spend a clue to have you automatically succeed at this test.
Mm-hmm.
And these things have Hunter now.
Okay.
Then we do Doom.
Yeah, then we go out to the top of the Mythos phase.
So
So,
then
we're all
Doom-
ready. And then we go 1 Doom on, which when we would place a Doom, instead spawn 1 to the leftmost investigator's location. So they're waiting for a hammer time. And then we do the bad cards.
Over to you.
Primeval Terror. This is fine. To test 3. If I fail, take 2 horror. This is where my higher education is going to pay the bills. So I'll get +4 for 2 money. It's 5 to a 3. I'll get +6. Seven to a 3.
-4. Succeeded.
I'm an old-timey college boy.
Unseal the Phantasm.
Ooh. That is a painful one.
Yep. All right, so here's the plan. I'm going to punch this guy twice. I'm going to punch these guys once. Hopefully they all exhaust.
Yeah, that's my hope as well.
Then, ideally, you can grab a clue.
Mm-hmm.
Run.
Mm.
Then
Grab
you can-
another clue.
Yeah, and then hopefully you can use a clue to help me pass this test.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta unlock your fate.
Yeah.
I feel like we should get both the clues on the one shroud. It's like the easiest thing in the world, but
So
sometimes you can't.
Let me start with how bad it's going to be for us. Let me try to punch this.
Yeah,
stuff
let's just
out.
see what happens. Now, I could also do an emergency evade 5 to a 2.
I think I have to punch this thing first, actually, just to
To
make
see
sure
where
it's
we
locked
go?
down. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm at 8. I'm going to go. It's a 2. That's 4. Head by 2. Need more than that. So I'm going to toss in. I'm going to go to 9.
Okay. You want to on you it? You go to
Yes.
11.
Let's actually go to 10 and save the card.
What do you think?
Well, before I use on you, he can fast action move me.
Mm.
So technically, if you can get a clue move, I could fast action.
Those guys will attack if I do anything.
I mean, even after I can use the fast action on your turn, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like
It doesn't say only on your turn, right? Some say only on your turn.
exhaust it, choose one.
I think you can do that on my turn.
I think so.
I don't know. Arkham got a little looser over time for me.
I'm just gonna try it here.
I think it's just because I wasn't aware of what actually could happen. You're not at a mist pylon, but you do have an ancient one, so it is a snowflake. Oh, baby, oh, baby. Okay.
Minus 4? I was at 9. I go down to 5. It was at a 2.
All
so
of them.
3.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So that's fine. I'll take that attack of opportunity that comes down to it.
For each point you succeed by, exhaust the nearest ready copy. Okay.
Yeah.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
4, 3, 0, 9.
4, 3. So you succeed by 3. 3. Okay. Okay.
All right, let's start swinging at this thing. One here. I failed.
-4. Failed straight up?
Yep. I'm only at 8. Swing it. It's okay.
Okay.
Succeed. He just takes... and I can move him.
Can you push him to the gate?
Yeah, I think so.
What does it say? Enemies cannot enter the gate. We could put him. We could make him a new problem. Is it 2 away?
Oh, yeah, I'll just slide him this way.
Yeah, slide him out there.
2 locations. So we'll go here. He'll
Okay.
take 3. We'll deal with him later.
That'll save you.
That'll be good. Okay. So now enact the rest of our plan.
So I'm not keen on taking these attacks of opportunity, so I think I'm going to start with an evade. But what's 1 and 1 anyway?
So assuming I get to start the next turn there, I'll actually get to enchant my hammer. And then it's going to get just fine.
But these guys lost in up, so I have to hit this thing first before you can move, conceivably move, right? Like you won't be able to play enchant weapon, or you'll take 4 damage and 4 sanity.
Oh no! So my plan was.
Oh, you're gonna do the.
I'll do it.
I need clues. Is
Yeah.
the thing.
So this guy will actually. This one will hunt to us, which is fine.
These guys hunt these days?
He has hunter because of that thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So he'll be with us, but my first thing will be punching this guy, which will then exhaust all these guys again.
Yeah. Okay.
And then play my weapon, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay. So getting a clue is super important.
That's my way out.
Okay. I'm at 6. 6 to 1. Right? 6 to 1.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Or no, because then it's like I investigate, then I move. I'm taking 2 damage and 2 sanity just to do that.
Yeah. So maybe you do evade.
Maybe you do evade.
We only really need one of the clues, right?
Or you just move and then you get 2 clues here. Because you've got the numbers, right? That can't possibly go wrong.
That's true.
But I still have to take that 4-foot test to leave at all. Because I don't have a clue for myself.
Yeah. You know what we could also do?
Stay here.
Yeah.
I think we have to just stay here.
So it's literally, you could just evade clue.
Yeah.
Then next round, I'll punch these guys out again anyway.
I think that's right.
And they'll be evaded, so we won't take anything.
All right, let's evade. A 5 to a 2.
But, hold on. If we do that, think about this. These already, then there'll be 5 of them out. I'm going to have to punch first on my turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I can move and you can spend a clue for me. There
Yeah.
it is. I thought I would have to just wait again. I was like, this is a problem.
I can't wait because I spend one clue at a connecting. Yours are connecting, yeah. Okay, every test is getting me closer to death. This is what I like least about my current situation. This is not the test for the big play. So we're going to evade a 5 to a 2 and be 3 ahead. There's really not a lot that could go super wrong there. Let's take a look at it. Success.
We like stock.
All right, second action. Let's just go 6 to a 1.
I like it.
Investigate.
What up, David? We are ramping.
Success.
You said, good morning, guys. Are you ramping yet?
Huh. I'm going to get the money back, so I think this makes some sense. I think it does. So I'm going to pay 2 for swift reflexes here, just to take an action for free. Free action is going to be a move. Or, I'm sorry, investigate and then a move. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I think I can wait to play it, so I'll investigate first, and then I'll play that if I can get the move. I think I can do that at like the end of the... Man, that -1 is my
Just
life.
Clutch.
All right, and then we're going to move. Hopefully it's not awful. Additional cost to leave, it's a 3 foot. If you fail, cancel the effect, spend 1 clue. So this might be the worst one.
That would be good. Lowest shroud, though, right? It's like clues are going to get harder to get.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what this is going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got your number, MJ. And then at the end of the round, at the end of my turn, Monterey's ability will fire for 1 resource. Cards are now scarier than anything else. And then everything's done.
End of the round.
End of the round. No ready enemies to attack anything. Everything's going to ready. Nothing's going to hunt. And we will draw a card, gain a money.
Possessed.
Oof. Well, you found it at a good time. This is when you want to be possessed, I think.
I'm looking at you, Arkham.
And then we go to the nameless bad phase. Welcome to the stack. And bad cards for both of us. I'll start as your resident. Primeval Terror. Let's pay 3 to pump that test with higher education. 7 to 2. Got it.
Nailed it.
Just a skull.
Right. I also got a Primeval Terror. 2 brain tests. +1 difficulty, I'm only 1 away. So it's a 3. I'm at 4.
Oof. We forgot about you dying.
That's right. I'm going to go up to 6. I hit by 4.
Ooh, that Talisman of Protection. Nice. Throwing it at the problem instead of getting ready for the problem. Snowflake.
No, there's not a thing at my location anymore. Oh, there is, yeah.
There's in fact 5 of them.
5. Succeeded.
That was close. That was dangerously close.
That's how I live on the edge, man.
Yeah, it was a little scary.
I also take a horror because I reveal a snowflake.
That's right.
Because I'm possessed.
You can put it on you, you know? Just saying.
Not my dog. More.
What am I, a monster?
What is this?
Okay, now we've got the classic plan that we were just talking about.
David Anderson, live a full life for Lily, Jack.
Wherein you destroy these nameless Madnai.
Yeah, then I fast action over and you use a clue on me.
Yeah, and then you can keep moving and swing once if you'd like.
I think I got to get rid of this possessed.
You can do that?
Yeah, I just break my discipline.
Oh, cool. That's great for you.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
You can do that?
Very nice that you are able to get rid of that so easily, where I have no possible mechanism except for playing this Thermos that is an awful card.
I have by 6. Swing at this nameless madness. Succeed by 4.
Hammer not what it used to be, is it?
I just drew the enchant weapon, which is what I need to really make it sing. So I can either swing or just move and take 1 and 1. I think I just take 1 and 1 on the dog.
So this will make this one hunt towards us. So I think we're going to sink an action into this no matter when, because this will come here now next turn.
All right, so hammer.
I think it's worth doing, but you could fail also.
I'm not built for failing. I'm built for succeeding.
That's great. Yeah.
Then we'll fast action with Anya.
Does this thing hunt yet?
No, it was exhausted.
Yeah. Okay. Move it once toward the mist pylon nearest to it. There isn't one.
Just stays there.
So it'll stay there.
Waiting for my trusty hammer.
That's right.
I'm going to break this. We're going to take a damage on you.
Oh, dude, you're a monster.
I know. Heal 3 horror. 2. I'm gonna heal 2 and get rid of this possessed.
Awesome.
And
I
then,
myself like to live the possessed life.
And then, over to you, Kent. Oh, you had to spend a clue for me to do that.
Done.
Did you spend a clue for you to move?
No, but I can.
Or you can take a 4-foot test.
No. Okay, so I'm going to have to string us through these, aren't I?
We just need you to get clues. It's really an open door from here.
I also need to play this dog.
I have to take a direct damage for that. Can't put it on the dog. It's fine.
Yeah, it's your own brain. I can heal you for 2, though.
I'm just gonna go ahead and play a Talisman of Protection as a fast action.
pretty wise, yeah.
Put it out there.
That's a card right there, isn't it?
We're good. I think we're good.
All right, first action. Let's take a 5/6 to a 2. I don't mind 6 to 2. It's acceptable. If you got any books in your hand, feel free.
I'll toss 1 book in.
Okay, 7 to a 2. I'm glad you did that. So I succeeded. It scared me. I would have succeeded anyway, but it was a little scary.
A little stitious.
Okay, second action.
Would you look at that? It's clue 30. This is gonna be a tight one.
Clue, yeah, it is. It's gonna be tough.
I don't like it.
I gotta save these lockpicks for the next test, because like if I fail this, I'd rather just take the test again.
Yeah, totally.
I need lockpicks for 4 here, or 5, who knows, out here in the hidden tunnels.
Yeah.
Second action. That's right, didn't need those lockpicks at all. There's no locks on the ramp.
This ramp's taking us all the way to victory.
And then last action, how about, we could just heal you?
Yeah, that would be great, actually.
Let's do that. Let's heal with Mala.
How much?
2.
Yeah. We like this stock. Okay.
And then end of the turn. Everything ready. This guy's not going to move because of the text. We draw, gain a money.
You're a little late.
Yeah, I just drew my no stone unturned too. All stones were very much turned.
Yeah. Doom on, we get another one of these things. I think it's at our location. Actually.
Leftmost investigator, is that what it said? Oh, then I was wrong about that. Does it say leftmost investigator? Yeah, leftmost, that's us. That's all of us.
That's fine.
Just keep the mass away.
So I'll swing at it, exhaust some number of them.
Well, hold on. Let me just evade it. Move. Well, then you have to get this guy off of me. Get this guy off of me.
So
we need you to move here and swing, right?
Which I can move for free, but ideally I play enchant weapon or gain a resource, play enchant weapon, move for free, swing.
Yeah, that works. And I drop a clue. So you can do swing, play, fast move, swing.
Nah, I'm short of money.
It's a money problem. I get it.
I thought that was you evading.
Is there any card that you can get that gets you instant money?
In my deck.
Did we do the bad cards?
No.
We should do that.
I'll start there.
Root to the Earth. Test 4. And I'm looking at 2 damage. If I fail, that's an acceptable problem.
There we go.
4 to 5. Let's see if we want to pump this at all. Let's go 6 to 4. That lone wolf's not needed. Okay. 6 to 4. Ugh. So smart. Look at that.
I'm so brilliant.
I knew it. I just knew I needed one more.
I got a crit chill, meanwhile. That's really fine now that you healed me.
I can give a plus brain to you if you need it.
Let's do that. I'll give it +2. So I'm going ahead by 3.
Give you a thermos.
Ooh.
Who needs it, dude? I'm done with it. Possessed, don't care.
Got it.
Don't have time to. You don't have time to play a 4-cost Thermos and use the action. I mean,
Too much.
it's just it's not even possible that is possible.
All right.
Okay, now we have back to our problem. You're short of money. You don't really need the enchant weapon for this, right? You're gonna do 3 to it.
That's true. So I can just punch here, move for free, punch, and then, you know, fine.
Yeah,
let's just start there.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm ahead by 6.
Well, can you overcome that 5 fight?
Yeah.
You see, and it has retaliate, so that's a 1/1. It's
Just keeping it spicy.
yeah, it's just always kind of there, isn't it?
Let's try it again. I'm fine. I got it.
Everything's fine. That's not a problem. I assure you, it's not a problem. -3. It's fine.
So I was ahead by 6. -3. I can exhaust this. Plus 2 more.
Yeah.
So they won't hunt.
Okay. We'll spread them out like a fine layer of mayo.
Now my fast action.
Now this is the one you really don't want to fail.
Let's go, baby.
You got to knock this one out of the park. This you got to call the shot. You got to put it in the outfield on this.
All right. So, what am I at?
I wouldn't mind it if all Arkham campaigns finished with a sprint to the end. Because these campaigns are always so much fun in Arkham. The train was like this. Mm-hmm. There was the other one that was a straight line like this that was super fun.
We do like this dog. Yeah. Let's go 8. I'm ahead by 3.
Wait a minute. I can't help you with this?
It's totally fine.
Oh, I need to spin a clue for you to move there.
Yeah. You got that feeling, you know?
I got it, man. Come on. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Snowflake. No.
No.
There's no miss pylon?
No.
No bad stuff?
No.
It's not even the ancient one text.
-1.
I think we were doing that wrong. I think I told you wrong last time.
I think we got bamboozled for no reason.
I bamboozled you directly, in fact.
Straight up
Yeah,
bamboozled.
just a bamboozler.
Picture pile.
It's gone. That makes up for some of our misplays earlier.
Just call my shots. Well, let's
Sometimes we misplay it to ourselves.
2 clues. It works exactly as suspected.
Dude, and how did we do a 1, 2, 3, 4? It's
mean,
a perfect. I mean, it's like you couldn't write it.
Our fate was written in the stars.
Monterey's here. When it gets hard to get clues, I'll use my foot, and when it gets hard to use feet, I use my clues.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to keep using clues for me to keep doing my thing. All right, over to you. Good luck.
Well, I'm gonna move. First things first.
There it is. No, the hood says, seal at your location, or if the location is misfound, treat it as a thing. It doesn't say anything about ancient ones.
Yeah, no, that's the skull. It's the ancient one.
Well.
Oh, last time we were here with the ancient ones. That's why.
Yeah, but the hood never does that.
Oh, right. It's like immediately started back at square one with that revelation. Wait. Oh, no, I know why we... Oh, no, that's where we started.
That's not how this works.
Okay,
It's cool. I like handicaps. These days, I need a real challenge, you know. We all know that guy, Stu, down at the store.
Yeah.
Totally made up guy, but you know Stu.
I think this might be the one I pushed my luck on.
I played the X-Wing ships without defense dice. Pretty hardcore. Sorry, what were you saying?
I think this is where I make the attempt. No, I'm going to do it on the next one. I think this is the fulcrum. So 3 shroud and a 3 test. I could go a 5, 7, 8. 8. Okay. 8 to as a discretion to leave this location. Okay. 8 to a 3. So that's 5 ahead. That's a good test. Yeah, I just feel good about it. I'm going to throw in my trusty bullwhip here, dude.
Chris Hodeback saying, yep, Steven's totally making this harder for both of you. Sounds like in our Marvel Champions group when we play with Rafe.
All right, dude, we're slinging through with this trusty bullwhip.
Man, it's been
plus
there.
3.
It's been there every game when you needed it. Just take a holler.
I'll be taking that. Oh, and the 0 coming through. It was the right choice, just the wrong timing.
Well, Steve-O zeros.
And you can't crack your discipline for me, right?
No.
I saved a clue, though. So now we've got a buffer.
We need that.
Yeah, we need the buffer.
The next one should be easy peasy for old Monterey. A lowly 2 test.
Yeah, so we're going to field work 9.
Oh, yeah, get that clue.
8. Field work 8. 8 to 3. No. First, I'm going to play a doggo. Then finally, field work 8 for the clue. I stay at 2 and I want to stay healthy. That's why. I'm not going, if I'm within 1 direct, I'm not playing that game of Arkham. I played that game of Arkham before, I'm not playing that game.
-5 total.
-5, so let's see. If I was at 6 plus 2 for field work is 8. 8 minus 3 is?
5.
Success.
By the skin of his
By the
teeth.
skin of my field work. That's me.
All right, end of phase. Enemies do enemy things. These
dogs are about to go crazy.
Those 3 enemies hunt.
Those don't. Everything stands up.
Clue and a buck. Or a card and a buck.
I'm going to get 1 for Monterey's ability, 1 for the thing. I will never do that in the right order.
I didn't take damage that turn.
Oh, dude, I got some dynamite here. What if we dynamited all of these guys?
Oh, they don't take damage. They just...
After you successfully attack, it wouldn't be that. Well, I can't even dynamite the Nameless Madness?
I know.
What kind of Arkham
I drew
game
dynamite
is this?
too, and it was just garbage. Hot garbage. All right, Dumont, so we get a thing at our location.
Yeah, so that's always a thing. I forget.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll just punch it, you know. Then you'll
Bad
send
card
him.
for me?
Yeah, then we'll send him to...
It's a primordial evil. Hunter, retaliate. When you deal any amount of damage to the primordial evil, shuffle the top card of the Takali deck into your deck without looking at it. I'm going to evade this guy.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, always evade a
That's
primordial evil.
a cool looking card.
It's called existentialism.
Frozen in Fear.
Oh, that's a bad one.
It's fine.
Okay, I can take that for you. Oh, at the end of your turn. Oh, no, it's so bad.
I mean, move, fight, or evade just cost me additional time.
Oh,
the
okay,
first time.
That's not too bad. So you can doggo for a standard
So
move.
I'll attack for... Takes 2 actions to deal with these things. Then I'll free move, just give me a clue. And I'll have an action left.
Well, now hold on a second then. Do I have to engage this to evade it?
It's massive.
It's massive, right? So
Yeah.
it's always engaged with me.
Yeah, I think punching is the best thing because it also cascades down.
So it prevents the dog pile. I mean, the degree to which you evade over would also... But yeah, you're right. You're right. Can you kick these with the hammer? Can you kick it downtown? It's elite. You can't do that.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to start.
So my bag is evade, clue, move.
You have 2 clues. So...
I could get right out of town. And then we've got a couple of clues left to get there, we presume. It could be a 0 clue, though.
Yeah, it could also be a 1 foot test to leave it.
Yeah. MJ would do that 0 clue.
See how good this punch goes, you know?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Head by 6. 7.
Wait,
minus
that's a
2.
-1.
Yeah, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's pretty satisfying.
It is. It's a big
It's like
old
playing,
hammer.
Playing some bowling.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go on you. I assume you're going to give me a clue for this.
Yeah, you know.
And then we'll learn what secrets wait. Yeah, there it is. 4 shroud. 2 clues. 1 foot test to leave it.
Should be easy, right?
And that cost me an extra. The fight cost me 2 actions. The move was free.
Yeah, you got 1 sitting.
I mean, I could try to leave.
I don't hate that.
Take a 1 foot test.
I don't hate that at all. 3 to 1?
What could go wrong? Jackal, when did we start to play Arkham? You were playing from the very beginning, right?
When did we start playing it again? We hopped in on Edge of the Earth, what, probably 6 weeks, 7 weeks ago? We never really stopped playing it, I guess is the point.
All right.
Good luck.
I'm ahead by 2.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know?
Oh, come on.
Oh, Tony Zero's spirit lives on. Let's see what happens.
It's like a dog pile situation.
Hidden tunnel, a way out. Hidden tunnel is connected to the location to its left. Objective of each undefeated investigators at the hidden tunnel: advance the act.
We're out of here, man.
We're cruising.
We've got an out.
Baruzing. Do your best Ric Flair. Let's go. Woo!
Okay, we gotta evade this thing.
Dude, can you just run?
It's 2 damage both ways.
Move,
2/2. So I could kill it all, kill it. Ugh, you can't even say it out loud.
Don't
I could go 2/2, so I could go 7 health. I could take that. The 2 sanity, I could take 1 and 1 on the dog.
To be fair,
and I've got to do
the act. We don't know if it's done yet.
And I've got to do the 1 test still. So like, if I fail there, then we just lose. So I feel like it's controlled here.
Yeah.
Primordial evil. We're gonna evade. And I'm a 5 to a 1. And I need to search through my deck to see. So
I'm supposed to test the frozen in fear. We'll put 1 in. I'm ahead by 2. Let's just try to get rid of it. Failed by 2.
You could have spun a nameless one if you failed more. And you could also take sanity, of course.
Like you do.
You're always frozen. Okay. So I've got some options here. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. No. I'll do it the second time if it goes bad. Primordial Evil on the evade, a 5 to a 1.
Let's go.
That's a +1. Come on. Second action. I think I'm just gonna move, yeah?
Yeah. Spin a clue.
Spend a clue there. And a field work +2 foot.
Alright, there it is, Dad. Let's go.
Let's go. And then third action, I'm gonna move. Testing a 7 to a 1.
Could you technically double dog move?
Yep. I guess you should. Is there a... Yeah, I'll double dog move.
Yeah, so you have an action floating. You're technically still here. If you fail the test, then...
You can take it again. Yeah, that's great. Forgot about the power of the dogs. I was using them to soak sanity over here.
It's the wrong vibe.
It's the wrong vibe. That sanity's for me. I think I gotta ace a dog here. I'm not doing that direct horror nonsense. I'm not doing it. I'm taking it. I'll take it myself. I'll take it myself. Come on, man. Come on. Save the dogs.
They did nothing wrong. Oh, there it is.
Nailed it.
All right, advance the act.
1 action floats.
You emerge from the tunnel, daylight blinding you as the sun peeks out from behind the jagged mountaintops in the distance. Behind you, the entity rushes toward the exit. You prepare yourself for the end, the wall of mist, miasma, and madness feeling much like an oncoming train. Check the campaign log.
Investigators die.
If all 5 mist pylons were collapsed.
Correct.
And Dr. Kinsler has a plan.
Correct.
Woo! If they were collapsed, then the truth of the mirage eludes you with a different resolution.
That's right. So we get the real big dad resolution.
If they weren't collapsed, another resolution. So we got R1.
Dude, R1, we did it. This is technically we got on the scoreboard.
If no resolution was reached, bummer. Resolution 1.
Quit Arkham.
Suddenly, there is a blast of warm air and a sound like a tremendous exhalation. The air shimmers with the distortion of a mirage, and you watch in shock as the Russian miasma suddenly recoils. It collapses upon itself and retreats back into the mountainside just as the avalanche begins. Bright blue cracks spread rapidly along the walls. Without the pylons, the integrity of not just the facility within the mountain, but the entire city is compromised. The icy floor cracks open. The cyclopean architecture of the alien city begins to sink into the snow. Then you hear it. The roaring engine of an airplane overhead. The last of Takata's 3 planes soars over the city, and familiar shouts echo throughout the ancient, ruinous streets. There they are, by that tunnel. Quickly, 2 sledges slide into view, pulled by the remainder of the dogs Elia left at the barrier camp, and manned by several members of the crew of the Theodosia. You cannot hold back your surprise or joy at the sight. They motion frantically for you to join them. Their gaze is fixed on the collapsing mountain. At the last possible second, you hear another voice emanating from within the tunnel. Wait! Dr. Kinsler emerges from the darkness, waving and hollering. Wait for me! She hops onto the sledge, and together you race off into the foothills as the city collapses into the ice behind you. One of the crewmates explains that they fixed up the last of the airplanes and decided to use it to look for you, even knowing the risks. When we spotted you entering the huge cavern without most of your gear, we thought you might need a rescue. Didn't expect it to be quite this literal, he says. You tell him his timing couldn't have been more perfect. The moment you make it back to the ice shelf, Dr. Kinsler instructs the crew to prepare for departure. You barely even break down the barrier camp. It doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is getting out of this place with your lives intact. And with all the evidence you've found, of course. But still, you've got questions. Once safely aboard the Theodosia, you confront Dr. Kinsler and ask her what she did back in the facility. The entity was chasing you, and suddenly, I told you, it's not a living creature, she explains. As such, it cannot be killed, at least not by our standards. But it has some semblance of sentience, yes? It knows our desires, our hopes, our fears. You note aloud that Dr. Kinsler is using the present tense, pretense. She clenches her jaw. The slightest hint of distortion wavers in the air around her. I made a deal, she whispers. It was the only way.
No.
In your campaign log record, the nameless madness is contained safely within its host. For now.
I'll write it down.
In the expedition team section of the campaign log...
We're going to have to kill Dr. Kinsler.
In the expedition team section of the campaign log, cross off Dr. Emily Kinsler's name. In its place, write the entity.
Wow. We get to have a drink with the entity now?
In your campaign log, record...
Tell me about this other reality.
The survivors of the expedition were... and list the names of each member of the expedition team who is not crossed off.
Roald, Danforth, Mala, and Takata. Did Takata die?
Nope. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display.
2.
Each investigator earns 10 bonus experience as they have saved reality from an unspeakable fate.
That's right.
And then say it loud, say it clear for all those in the back. The investigators win the campaign.
Suffered no ill effects.
Yeah.
Wow.
All it took was us forgetting a nightmare that we had.
Dude, can you imagine if we hadn't? I'd be absolutely devastated right now.
Epilogue.
I wouldn't even be having fun.
You ready for the next time on Dragon Ball Z?
Yes.
Check the campaign log. In order, read each of the following entries. Only if the investigators won the campaign and the listed team member survived the expedition.
Okay. Oh, this is fun.
Roald Ellsworth.
Yeah.
It's like 5 years later, Stephen was seen on this magazine and that kind of stuff.
Strange example, but I like it.
Yeah. It's like watched what was it, The House of Gucci?
Uh-huh.
It's 20 years since the movie was set. It's like now this person is doing this thing.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it. But what magazine am I on? Top 5 richest men in America?
I really hope so. I love it. You as one of the richest men in America would be devastatingly hilarious. I remember early on, you're like, my dream is to have enough money that if I wanted to, when I walked in, I could just bust your windshield in your car with a baseball bat. And so I could see you react when you walk out. And then just be like, here's money for the new windshield. You'd be wild, man.
I hold by that.
All right, is Roald Ellsworth and Avery Claypool both survived?
No.
If Amy Kinsler and Dr. Mala both survived?
No.
She's gone.
She's the host.
If William Dyer and Danforth both survived?
Didn't happen.
If Takata and Cookie both survived?
Didn't.
If Elia and the investigators are the only survivors?
Elia's dead as well.
None.
Credits. Boy, we threaded the needle on that one.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Whew. Okay, so... We know nothing about anyone. So did they all end up happier or worse off at the end of the...
I just don't know what it means that she became the entity. That leaves me uncomfortable and confused.
Well, there's an alternate reality living inside of her.
It's like at some point in the
I'm
future,
familiar
will
with
that
feeling.
actually matter, or I don't know. You know.
You mean like, are we going to get to the next campaign and then it's going to be like, check the previous campaign's log. If Dr. Kinsler is the entity, spawn the entity.
It seems like that's a lot to ask me to remember. I don't remember what I ate yesterday, you know?
We could barely set up the scenario correctly.
I know. Let alone the other way around. Well, we did. What do you think?
I'll bet we'll see the entity again.
David says it's hard to unlock the epilogues on the first playthrough. You need to really protect them in the Fatal Mirages. I mean, but also, it's random people dying. It's not like you choose.
Yeah, but if we know the epilogue next time, we could make sure those two people survive. Because there are moments where you have to choose.
Are there? I thought all the deaths we suffered were random.
Except for the one that we forgot about. Where we had to let Kinsler bite the bullet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about it. Check the achievements. Did we get any achievements? Look, there's achievements now.
We won.
We could put our name in the
ultimate
high
achievement.
Scores. I think it's right on the very back. Very, very back.
No, it's right here.
Okay, yeah.
Safe bet. Camp at a location with a shelter value of 8 and ice and death part. Oh, this is exhausting.
Didn't we do that?
Win the Edge of the Earth campaign with 0 frost tokens in the chaos bag.
What kind of a lunatic is capable of doing that?
Win the Edge of the Earth campaign without ever bringing a partner asset along with you during a scenario.
I could do that one.
Bring the same partner with you in each scenario. Ensure that they have confronted their demons and win the Edge of the Earth campaign with them still alive.
I did that one.
I didn't, because they didn't let me take her on the last scenario.
Oh, yeah, you got bamboozled.
Win the Edge of the Earth campaign with at least 3 ultimatums active. What?
Wait, do that again? What is it?
Win it with 3 ultimatums active.
What's an ultimatum?
Couldn't tell you. Antarctic expertise. Win the Edge of the Earth campaign on expert difficulty.
Not doing that.
But
we could.
On you and 4 more other dog assets with dog in their title and play at the same time. We were close. Simultaneously exhaust 15 copies of the Nameless Madness and the Heart of Madness.
Oh my gosh, you got to farm those things.
But it's simultaneous, so you'd have to attack for 1 million.
Or wait, all at once?
Simultaneous.
Or can it be in the same turn?
Simultaneous. So you'd have to literally have 15 fists in hand to just slap them down and.
Okay. Well, that's unlikely to happen for me.
Very unlikely. I'll say this: these decks were way better than our last.
These decks were so good, and I really was at a point where I didn't want to add any new cards. That's how you know your deck is firing.
Yeah.
I felt really good. I was holding Forewarn that whole game, waiting for the terrible treachery card to come along. I never saw one that I felt was bad enough.
Never happened.
To warrant it. The campaign as a whole is in the running for best campaign of Arkham to date.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard because of a mixture of the time period that we were in and the discovery process that you were having and the fact that Carcosa is also phenomenal.
Yeah.
For it to ever be unseated.
Yeah, Carcosa is a mixture of to me it was the first campaign that got to that level, and it was the first time I experienced a campaign on that level, and it was the first time I was playing a campaign where I felt like I was actually playing the campaign.
Yeah.
And I had the Deciphered Reality hype train for several. That was
You had a big moment.
The first time a player is obsessed with a card, builds around it, gets to the end, and actually pans out. There's a lot going on.
It paid off in a huge way.
And that is probably one of the top themes of Arkham available in the Mythos, right?
Yeah.
I think Carcosa is a classic across the board. I also really remember the train scenario for some reason.
I love that train scenario.
That was so good.
I love that train. It's because we went into the technicalities of card interactions to unearth the unlikeliest path to victory, and then just barely got it. All the weird things had to happen, and then they actually did. And then it was we made it.
We made it.
That feels great.
But this was really enjoyable as well. It's different. It felt different. It felt creepy like Arkham, but very different. And I enjoy it. I love the star map and the way that worked. It was really cool.
Great ending. The whole find a place to camp. I like those open-ended objectives where you're asked to push for better, even though it might not be there. Where it's we thought Barrier Camp had to be the best place to camp, and I think
real life.
Turned out it wasn't that. But we took the first best option.
And I also liked this campaign come in a single box and what they did with that. which is
Yeah.
you had the Mirage, you had the weird little pockets of stuff you can skip or not skip. It could be a longer campaign or a shorter campaign. I also thought the partner assets was really fun.
That was super fun.
Just start with an extra ability and play. I like that a lot.
Things do attack, and you can seal up some weaknesses from your investigators. Like, without having Dr. Molly around, arm injury would have been miserable.
Yeah.
It would have been.
She could have easily just died.
It would have been game ending for me.
Yeah. I mean, you would have had to spend XP to invest in
literally the only thing I could do is play Thermos, which I did.
But you would have had to.
I would have had to play Thermos, and then you lose from arm injury, but you also lose because you had to play Thermos and spend an action to get rid of.
Yeah.
To get rid of the arm injury.
It's a rough life out there.
It'd be bad, but you know.
Actually, I think I could have upgraded into something to heal you.
Right.
Like there's tools that my
you
colors
can play
have.
Guardians, or did you only upgrade into Mystic?
I can play level 0 of one thing, right? I think it's level 0 Guardian cards, and then I upgrade into Mystic stuff.
You maybe have some
like
Mystic Healy stuff, probably. There's some Guardian stuff that heals, but I don't know if there's good level 0
Maybe
stuff.
it was the other way around. I don't know. Yeah.
It's great. I love it. And we got MJ in the chat. We also got Jeremy Z in the chat.
What up, Jeremy? I know you work on this as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen Jeremy and MJ in a long time.
Also, don't worry. Again, we're gonna be talking to MJ on the podcast for a series coming up. Keep your eyes peeled for that. I think it's gonna just be a continuation. We're calling it 7 Deadly Sins.
It's going to be How to Run a Game.
And then we're just making it the sequel to How to Run a Game.
Yeah.
How
to Run a Game mechanically.
Right. Which we didn't touch on in the series yet, really. We kind of did on the memory tax thing or the memory.
Yeah.
But
random access memory.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking to MJ about the idea of limit 1 cards in a deck as a balancing mechanic.
I'm really excited to hear from MJ and also what the opinion is on that.
Because, like, it's the trusty bullwhip thing, right? It's like, okay, so I have 2 options here. One of them is I hold a hand slot open for a 1-of that I will eventually draw. Or you play it like I did with the guy with his fancy gun, and you just put in everything that searches for it, everything that draws cards, and try to find it, and then you start playing once you do. So you just go through a lot of work to get a limit 1 card. But then here, like 5 to 8 turns later, I dumped it into a skill test. And so the skill test kind of solves the problem in that, like, you're not forced to build around something, but then you have certain investigators that if they hit their 1-of, they're incredibly good, like men. And if they never hit it, then they're incredibly bad.
I forgot about old men.
Yeah. So it's amazing. So it's like, it'll be a good conversation. And we'll be releasing that soon after. Well, not soon, probably a few months after. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us.
We did it. Also, reminder, we're going to be going on break from Arkham. Next week, we have an interview with Andy Navarro, head of Earthborn Studios, talk about Earthborn and life. And the week after that, we're going to start assuming we have it, Sinister Motives Marvel Champions campaign. We'll be doing Champions for a while. And we'll see what's next for Arkham. But we'll plan to come back in when the next campaign comes out. And maybe sooner, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And I would be remiss to not say, check out the Edge of the Earth products. The boards, of course, we did a whole thing on them earlier, and the Doom and Clue variations. And then if you want to get the campaign expansions and or the player expansions automatically, we got a subscription for that. It covers all of those product types. So you can just click a button, cost you nothing, and then we'll automatically charge you and ship you the player expansions and campaign expansions. If they happen to come out at the same time, we'll be able to ship them together. So that's a nice little system. Thanks everyone. Thanks MJ. Thanks Jeremy. Cheers to all of you. We'll see you again soon. Take care.